going to give her a call again, and then she just added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran off her medication. She's at work to safe haven. Attacking 12, take a check that one out.
6 Rumble, 2 point start, take a shot.
Officer still stands for talk? No. Offender in custody?
Temporary.
Thanks. Anyone else close, wait to see result, let me know. Come first number. 10-4. Officer still stands for talk? No. Offender in custody? Thanks. Anyone else close, wait to see result, let me know. 10-5, 33.
3-3. Can you let our supervisor know that I have a case for weakness arrest attached?
1830.
To see if there's anything to it. They respond. They're the emergency crews that go out and respond for that. And then I've also talked and had close contact with the man who would be involved if this ever becomes criminal, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But that is District Attorney Ray Whitman, who stays very close contact with investigators, including, I'll mention who else I've been in contact with, some sources within the TBI who are involved in this case. But Ray Whitley is the district attorney. He meets and talks weekly with investigators, standing by, wants to know what's going on, what the latest is with all of that. That's where my information is coming from. Of course, I talked to some other people close to the case, people in the neighborhood, people like this who have been at candlelight vigils, the like. At one time or another, I've had contact with Sebastian's parents, but have not had any contact with them recently. They've certainly done a lot of interviews over the past year, not only on TV, but on social media. So you've heard from them as well. So that's where I'm coming from. And I know there may be some people out there that say, well, Nick, we just don't believe in law enforcement. We're not going to put our stake in law enforcement. Where's the FBI? Well, the FBI is involved to a degree that they are behind a $50,000 reward for Sebastian. I'm just looking for the latest on that. They're asking for tips to be sent to them, but also specifically to 1-800-TBI-FIND. But look, there are people that say, well, we don't have faith in law enforcement to continue this investigation. They haven't broken it after a year. Look, if you followed missing children cases in the past, and I've covered sadly enough of them, these are not easy cases to solve. And I've followed many investigations in my career. And frankly, there have been some over the years that I felt they kind of dropped the ball on this. They haven't done everything they could do. As far as I can tell, and no one's telling me to do this, I have no stake in this except I want Sebastian found safe and sound. As far as I can tell, law enforcement from the very beginning with research and everything else, textbook and used every resource they possibly could, and they continue to do so. So there's people out there, well, I want to go with these. I think Dog the Bounty Hunter and others are involved. Hey, good for them. I'm glad they're involved.
Yeah, we're going to go through it.
They haven't been on this from the very beginning. They haven't seen all that's been done.
It's bugging on my end.
Better, but I'm not here to slam anyone. And I'm certainly not here to say, well, I don't buy law enforcement. I'm just going to go along with some guy says on social media. It's not the way to do it.
Oh, boy.
And I think that's born out of frustration that we're all feeling right now, and we wish it could be solved. Let me tell you this.
That's gaslighting.
No one is more frustrated and disturbed by the situation with Sebastian, aside from his family, of course, than law enforcement.
That's gaslighting.
They desperately want this solved. And I can tell you right now, District Attorney Ray Whitley would love it if this case turned criminal and that there was a suspect brought before them. He would be ready to prosecute and go after them immediately. But that gets to this other point about some of the things that I wanted to hit on that is new. And then I'm going to look at your comments and try to answer what I can. Okay. But look, I've talked to them. This is not a criminal investigation. Okay. And a lot of you are going to say, well, the $50,000 reward from the FBI and it's not a criminal investigation.
What?
Let me just explain what that means. And I've talked with not only the DA, but the police chief, or rather the sheriff, this past week, and asked them specifically. Again, people are wondering, is this a criminal investigation now? And they say, no, Nick, what this is an investigation. We're looking into it and looking for any possibility.
What?
That does not mean we're ruling out a criminal investigation. But at this point, there is no evidence to indicate something criminal. So we are not calling it a criminal investigation. And you're like, well, how else could a 15-year-old just suddenly vanish? He had to be abducted. Potentially, sure. I hear what people are saying about that. 15-year-olds like this just don't vanish, do they?
Oh, boy.
But there can't be other explanations.
Got allowed to
And in
talk
the absence of any physical evidence, any eyewitnesses, any video that really shows him being grabbed or abducted or something bad happening,
right, where nobody
they're
said
just
that.
calling it an investigation.
Nobody said
that. It is
that.
not a criminal investigation. There are no suspects. From the very beginning, yes, the first suspect, whenever something like this comes down, are those closest to the person who's missing. And that would be the parents. Oh, you bet. I've said this time and again. They have vetted his mother, stepfather, and biological father. They had checked and double-checked their stories. They had interviewed.
So their
family has cooperated.
So they're paired?
Lawyered up and clammed up and not cooperated with police from the very beginning. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, his mom, she was the one there. She had to be. Really? Give us the proof.
So they're clear?
Where is it? Okay? I mean, you can go ahead and guess or whatever. There's no proof. To this point, there's no evidence whatsoever that anyone close to him had any involvement in what happened to him. So what else could have happened? He could have wandered off on his own. He could have fallen into some crevice they haven't searched, which I find hard to believe.
Manholes?
And he has not been found and got hurt. He maybe somehow ended up somewhere where he was in a dumpster for some reason and got carted away, even though they have searched a landfill. I don't know. I'm as at loss as anyone else. So in the absence of all else, do you think there's a possibility he was grabbed or abducted? Absolutely. And law enforcement will acknowledge that is a distinct possibility. But they say at this point, there is no evidence of that. They don't see anything. Trust me, if there was some inconsistency or some evidence or something that pointed to any one of Sebastian's family members, they'd nail him and hope that they could break and crack him, and then Ray Whitley would prosecute. Now, I'm not saying that evidence might not surface as this continues, but as we speak here right now, there is no evidence of that. And if you're tuning in here hoping to hear some new revelation, the sad fact is here we are a year later, okay, and still talking to all of those who are close to this case. They are no further along in terms of any new leads. In fact, I'm told now the tips and the calls that had been coming in on 1-800-TBI-FIND have really pretty much slowed to a trickle. There just hasn't been much. I mean, the story is still out there. Of course,
yeah, they're going to dog.
But it hasn't faded for law enforcement. I asked, is this now, after a year, considered a cold case, which means it's kind of on the back burner. It's not going to be solved. If something comes up, fine, but we're moving.
Damn, if they came into a trickle, they should have been able to answer your questions.
We talk about it every week.
Right.
We look at the possibility of any reports along the lines. All of that, okay, is something that they continue. So it is not a cold case, and it remains active.
This is the same guy that still says last seen 226.
Have there been more searches? Okay. Some people said, well, they were going to wait for the change of seasons and go out here. I know that there have been private searches conducted. I know family members have been involved in searches. I know Ken Widener has had crews out in response to certain things. I know there have been photographs sent from around the country. I had some photos sent to me today from someone who saw a person that looked like Sebastian in Salt Lake City. I think it was probably a few weeks ago that I was someplace, I'm trying to remember where it was, and I saw someone that resembled him. And you know, I just walked right up and stared at him. All right. I mean, I didn't just, oh, that might be him. I'm going to call it in. If I see someone that looks like Sebastian, I'm going up and checking. I've seen enough photos that I can tell up close if it's him or not. And I went up there. He may have thought I was a little weird. What are you looking at? But I went up there to look at him and just kind of glance. And I realized, no, that's not him. But I checked it out. Almost all of these photos, a lot of people say, well, I thought I saw someone, or there was a report in Seattle or the airport in Salt Lake City and whatever. They do their best to track those down. You know, there have been some photos from around the region here during the past year that showed someone that looked like him. They vetted that out and found out it was not him. So it remains just a confounding mystery. I'm trying to think
he said,
where else to go with all of this.
He said all the parents have been vetted.
It's just heartbreaking to me.
He said they've all been
I try to think
vetted.
of other cases. Summer Wells, of course, comes to mind. That's the tragic case out of East Tennessee. And
we'll get into that.
Little girl has never been found.
I'll replay it from the
a lot
beginning.
Of people thought maybe her parents were involved, but law enforcement never found a link to that.
Because I was already going to go into some stuff
she was,
tonight.
I think, only 5 years old.
I was already going to go into some stuff tonight.
He disappeared, and again, after the fact, his father, under questioning, confessed to killing the boy, and there was a trial, and he was convicted, and he's serving life in prison. Much. But had the father never confessed,
and thank you, Jennifer P., for the gifted message,
that case would never likely be solved because Joe Clyde's remains still have never been found. People disappear. We can go back years. Janet March, remember that case from the 90s? Her husband, Perry March, is serving life in prison for killing her, but it took a while to get him, but her body has never been found. So a lot of people who say, well, law enforcement's not doing a good job, they're not doing enough. I mean, there is a lot of pressure on them. But finding this when they do everything, sometimes things are like this. The Holly Bobo case. Holly Bobo disappeared for a long time. They had these suspects. Law enforcement looked everywhere. And finally, it was several years later that her remains were...
There's a lot of cases. I keep referring to the one that was up in Cleveland with the 3 girls we didn't know were all in the same house. They were all missing. Became missing at different points. Didn't know they were, boom, one morning, bam, they're all together. Like, what? Yeah. We'll replay it from the beginning. It was because I had 2 Facebooks open, so StreamYard was bugging. But I was already going to get into stuff tonight when it comes to these statements. And his statements they're not any different than TBI. You know what I'm saying? TBI still has not updated their last scene.
Which is wild when you have a federal agency with different dates. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So
FBI knows something they don't. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Who do you have more faith in?
Right.
The feds, state, county, local.
Right.
Who has more resources?
Yeah, and he's the only one that agrees. I was going to go into the Don Schmidt. Shout out Don Schmidt. We're going to highlight him. I was going to go into some of the stuff, and I even have some questions on my notepad about why his statements match the other ones so much. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of good that there's a live tonight. Let me go back and see if he's talking about it, but we'll replay it. I'll drop the link for Facebook, and you can always go back to it. And I'll probably put up a video of it after that, too.
A video surfaced by a private investigator, a couple of local media outlets. I think
we're going to talk about that, too.
Before they talk to law enforcement.
Damn, he's talking about that.
Oh, I know. All the fucking people that were just running with it, bro. On both sides.
That's
on
why
both sides.
I didn't say anything at first. Then I'm like, wait a minute. Why is everybody running with this? So I was like, this is old.
I didn't either. There was no reason to even dig into it, man. That's why I'm sitting back watching even the good people. Even the good people, I'm sitting back watching them dig into it, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
the goose chasing got them all, Trey. They didn't get us, did they?
They didn't. No. You ever go fishing?
They didn't get us, team, did they?
You see who takes the bait on something? They went fishing, literally, and they seen who took the bait on it.
Yeah, that's why somebody else hurried up and went live 15 minutes before me when they were supposed to go live an hour and a half after me.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that goose chasing, bro.
I can get.
I ain't gonna say it, but it's that goose chasing. It's that goose chasing.
It's heartbreaking.
We smell the hot dog steaks, y'all.
Where is he? Was he abducted? Was he?
Do we run into him? We run into him, but we smell him.
Why would they target a 15-year-old with autism? So many things just don't really add up. So every time I think I'm on a theory that might make sense, I think it through and say, no, that's not, and I just am at a loss. And I can tell you there are certain things about this case that law enforcement feels they cannot talk about publicly still. And they're not going to discuss some of their theories that they can't prove. They have theories, trust me. And they try to find evidence matching the theories.
Goose Jason.
There's nothing. There's nothing. And that's the frustrating thing. I'm not saying, I mean, this is a year later, and I think on this grim milestone, it's worth doing this Facebook Live to try to, and I'll see your comments here in a moment. I'll scroll through and try to answer, but there's not much more than when I did a update 2 months ago, or when I did an update 6 months ago. There's just nothing, nothing new to report.
We know that.
And it's not that they aren't working it. It's an active case. And so that's what I have for you. And I wish I had more to share with you. I know so many people are following this story and have strong emotions and feelings about it. And I'm with you. And if some of you are angry or you don't understand or you don't agree with me, that's okay. Because what we're talking about, and I think regardless if there's disagreements, we all are coming from the same place. And that is hoping and praying that somehow Sebastian is found.
I actually agree and disagree.
Returned to his family. That's my goal. I have no.
This is what we're talking about.
You know, for people who say, "Well, Nick, you know, you're just going along with law enforcement." Oh, Nick, you don't follow. I have no dog in this fight. No one tells me what to report. Okay.
Yeah,
I go.
Trust me, we're going to get into that too. Trust me,
and I report it.
We're going to get into that too.
Incredible. The only thing I care about.
We're going to go through it again when we can actually pause.
Look, I get paid by the station to do my news stories every day. My sole goal.
Trust me.
Is to try to keep the story out there to some degree, try to answer your questions, and hopefully help in some way solve this case with Sebastian. That's it. I have no other dog in this fight.
And how about some real questions,
what I believe is factual, most credible. And I've tuned out a lot of the noise that's on social media because some of it, frankly, started getting pretty darn ugly.
He's got
people
a dog
attacking each other and saying, "Oh, you're." That doesn't help. And I've talked to law enforcement who said throughout all of this, the social media has done absolutely nothing. Nothing to help.
Well, guess what? You're part of social media, Buster Brown.
Because it's just so out there. But again, in the vacuum of no information on what happened to him, I can understand in this day and age with
legacy
social
media.
Good
news. Hear myself, right?
Fake news. Legacy media.
I'm gonna stick to the facts as best I can and try to answer the questions that you may have. And I'll do the best I can. And you may not like my answers, or you may not agree with what I say, and that's fine. I think that's the case. You're feeling as sad and frustrated about this as I am. I'm just trying to be as fair and as impartial as possible. So I'm going to scroll back down through this.
Yes, ask him about the last scene.
And comments.
Ask him about the last scene, bro.
For real. Someone, please.
Why is it all of a sudden not a criminal investigation?
Come on, last scene.
It's not all of a sudden not a.
How do you do this?
Come on.
A criminal investigation. I guess
you
maybe
link,
Elizabeth had heard.
I got it. I'm just not familiar with
people.
Facebook
Maybe
Live.
it said, "Well, yeah, it's criminal," or they
get to the chat.
They heard investigation. They took it as criminal.
I can't do it.
It has never been a criminal investigation. It's not been ruled out. They're not saying there's no criminal activity.
Is there not a live chat?
What they're saying is right now is
there
live
should
chat.
be.
I found it.
Yeah, go ahead. Because if I will, that's why it was the sound was bugging out in the beginning because I had Facebook open to chat too. So I'm like, shit. Now it's his signal. Now it's his signal. Oh, don't end it before the questions, bro. Don't end it before the questions. Somebody's got to, because he said some crazy shit, yo.
But it is not criminal. And what I mean by that is there is no evidence that something criminal happened here. You may suspect that, but unless there's blood, instance, an eyewitness.
I just said, what is the missing date last scene?
Have the theory, but it doesn't make it real.
Hopefully
he prove it. So that's
no, dude.
Sudden. It never has been a criminal investigation ever.
Say, hey, put the FBI in that comment.
Why don't you tell them directly what this the FBI County Sheriff's? I did. I don't know what I've left out. What else?
Why did the FBI update their flyer to say last scene 225?
It is not a cold case. We are continuing to work it as an active investigation, and the number of tips have dwindled.
Ramona.
And that's basically what I'm not keeping anything from you. And he may be keeping something from me. And in the investigation, I'm sure there's certain things the TBI doesn't want to share, perhaps. But
I'm sure there's 700 people.
That's all. I'm not keeping anything from you.
There's 700 people.
Let's see what else. So why did it change? A lot of people think it changed, and maybe at one point some were reporting it as being criminal. I think at one point I raised that question quite often, saying, "Is this criminal? Is this criminal?" And at some point there were some that seemed to indicate that it could become that. But all I'm saying is, if that's the case, what they're making very clear now is that it is not criminal because there's no evidence that something criminal took place. There can be other reasons why Sebastian's missing besides a criminal act.
Let's see if I get banned.
Of it, they'll immediately call it that. And I said the district attorney's ready to prosecute the moment they go that way. So who's lying? Why does someone have to say, "Oh, someone's lying"? No one's lying.
Oh man, it's
no one is lying. You think there's some mass cover up because they don't want Sebastian found? Get a clue. All right.
What?
Let's see. What else do we have here?
Get a clue.
I have a pic of an email. And he's saying, in fact, it is. Look, whatever. Believe what you want to believe. Okay. If you want to believe it's a criminal investigation, it changes nothing. Okay. There's no suspects.
I'm asking about
there's
the
no
last
evidence.
scene.
So, believe it.
It's the FBI.
Criminal investigation. Then that feeds the narrative that yes, clearly someone had to take Sebastian because he wouldn't disappear on his own. Which
I said,
frankly,
why
I'm
did the
inclined to agree
FBI
with you.
update
It's
the
unlikely that
last
he
scene?
disappeared on his own. Someone else had a hand in it.
Hold on, because he's just BSing right now. Go ahead, bro.
I'm just posting over and over again. Why did the FBI update the last scene? Like
Yeah.
super short. Maybe he'll be able to read it. But-
Yeah, man, for real.
The sheriff. I talked to Ken Wagner.
Answer that
I talked to my
question.
sources with the TBI.
Yeah,
And they
someone
said,
else said,
"Hey, at
please
this
address
point,
last
it
scene.
is an investigation.
Come
It is
on.
not a criminal
Let's see
investigation
if I get banned.
because we don't have
Come
evidence
on. That's
of a
what it's
crime
about.
other than a boy missing.
Here, I'm
And a
gonna
boy
go.
can go missing.
That's what it's. Since I woke up the day after Christmas and I was like, why am I seeing all these 10-month videos? He was last seen on the 25th.
It's a legit question.
Finally, it got updated because Jennifer Coffindaffer started talking about it a couple weeks ago because of her poll with the FBI. Come on now. You know she had to sit there and go, FBI people. Listen, I reached out to Jennifer Coffindaffer in the very first part of January, begging her to bring it up and talking about it. Asking her, has she ever seen any of this happen in her investigations that she's been a part of? Nothing.
He's answering the.
We're looking at it maybe becoming a
He
criminal
keeps talking about the criminal
we think
side
it's
of
going
it.
to become a criminal investigation. And there may have been some who did say it was.
That's why I'm muting that shit right now, because it's like, come on now. He's mad because he knows he's wrong. But the last scene has been the most important question for the last how long?
Forever since we were
Right.
searching. I was like, we'd
A
get
year
together
ago tomorrow.
and we'd be like 25th or 26th, and we're like, well, it seems like the 25th, but
It's always the 25th to me.
they're saying the 26th on all the information that you could find. We're like, all right, well, whatever. Like, that's what they're saying.
you know how long I believed the last scene on the 226 was as long as I believed that there was a dog hit, bro.
Yeah.
Because I knew that that's what they used that shit. And this Caltopo bullshit, give me a break. Give me a break. It's been a narrative the whole time. We're going to get into that. And I'm doing a show tomorrow morning for the 1-year anniversary of the last scene because that's... Look, it could be reported the day after, the day after, the day after. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the last scene, the most important anniversary, because that's the last time somebody laid their eyes on Sebastian. And as far as I'm concerned, that was the last time that he was around. Now, I'm going to get into a different statement later on, too, when it comes to this last scene. But right now, we got a lot of stuff to get into. And like I said, we'll replay this and pause it so we can pause it and go through it. But, dude, we know what to skip now, right? Yeah, please smash those green hearts in chat. I appreciate you being here with me.
Isn't as much as what they said originally, or it's hard to collect. Now, the FBI is offering $50,000. The FBI is offering it. You solve the case, you're gonna get
$374
that
now
money.
today.
And so it is $50,000 from the FBI. But I know some
Man,
of the
he's
other
seeing and reading what he wants to
money's
read.
out there. I can't vouch for it, but I've heard it's at minimum.
There's no way
50,000.
he didn't see. There's multiple people saying, what about the FBI?
Yep.
See.
Yep.
Multiple
Yeah,
people.
this one woman says, I have a friend from high school that has been missing for almost 28 years. It's like she vanished into thin
Yeah.
air.
No,
You don't want to answer it, just like TBI don't, bro.
A lot of people wondering.
That's why we never got an answer yet.
A lot of people saying, Nick, you told us it was. If I told you early on,
dude, there's no
that it
way he
was
has not seen it. There's multiple people.
It's part of the same. I can't say certain words right now, but I'll say them in a little bit. It's part of the same. It's part of the same. That's all I'm going to tell you. Who's the two statements that have always matched this whole time? It's the same two statements that I've been talking about this whole time.
The broadcast is waiting for a signal.
That's TBI. Yeah, that's TBI and Nick Beres. They're the ones that have been saying the same thing. That's why every time we went through the statements, they were saying the same thing. The only people that were saying something different was Don Schmidt and now the FBI. And Don Schmidt was telling y'all a lot.
Man.
He was telling you a whole bunch. You were just getting dumbed down versions from...
I was so hopeful. I was very hopeful that he might, like, I don't even know the word, but just be more open. But it's the same damn record we've been listening to for the past year.
Oh, he's back. He's
there
back.
It goes.
Sebastian. It doesn't say that it could turn.
Maybe once he's done, it'll catch
It'll
up
be
the
up.
process.
Well, it'll be up after his video will be up after it's done. Like I said, we're gonna go through it again. So we can pause it. I know what parts to skip. And then if you don't have Facebook, I'll post the video for you guys later tonight. It'll come out after the show. I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow morning, too.
Hear me still out there. There we go.
I'm
good connection. So I'm just trying to establish that. But I don't want to spend too much. Let's just assume. If you want, those of you who believe it's a criminal investigation and that we were told it was.
We already talked about it.
Fine. Let's just assume it is. Okay, if it's criminal investigation and it's been criminal for all this time, they must have a suspect in mind. Why has no one been arrested?
Ooh, he's
Where's
getting
the evidence that
mad.
makes it criminal?
Oh, he's
That's
getting mad, dude.
If you want to believe
He's
it's criminal,
mad.
fine. Believe that.
We don't care about the criminal part right now, man. We want you to
They
answer
haven't made an
the
arrest.
basic
I can't remember.
question.
I've done so many stories. I'm just telling you what they've told me now.
What's the percentage of people asking about the feds? Give it in chat.
It doesn't tell you who the suspects are.
It had its moments.
I wonder how.
Go ahead.
It had its moments about, like, there's like a feed where he should have been able to read the part where we're talking about the last scene date and what, like, the FBI.
Yeah, he's only on Facebook, so he should see it.
Flashlight. I remember his father, Seth.
I was talking about the flashlight.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord! It matches the fact that none of our community and people outside of our community that were going, doing the same thing back in late December, early January, and throughout, sending messages. And nobody has gotten a response. I even went.
He even said it
and
died down on the
through
tips.
my message. Huh?
He even said it died down on the tip, so it's like, damn, they should have been able to read yours.
Well, that's not what I was told in late December from a certain person. When it comes to, the green, that's not what I was told.
Somebody just said missing, and then it says February 26, 2024. It's like, man, that's so old information.
I can tell you now that it's the day before he was last seen. I've waited this whole time, and I've gone by my word, and I've not mentioned anything, but I'm going to tell you guys tonight.
It's a bad combination of stuff, but...
And here now, and since I've last checked in with all law enforcement, they say it is not a criminal investigation. It's simply an investigation right now. So it's changed then, perhaps. No proof that any parent did something to him. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, that's just it. I think everyone gets upset because they hear criminal, which...
What? He's back on this criminal shit, dude. Okay, how much in chat is talking to feds?
What's a shorter question? How do I make this shorter?
That's it, dude. Why did the feds update their last scene to 225? And do you think it's 225 or 226? The last scene. It's like, what? It's the biggest question.
Any questions?
It's been the biggest question this whole time because if it was the 26th, the investigation goes one way. If it was the 25th, the investigation goes another way. It's two totally different. It's two totally different investigations.
They responded. They were out with drones.
Two totally
circled the
different
air.
ways you got to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Between the 26th and the 25th, it's two totally different ways you got to look at the green hoodie. It's two totally different ways you got to look at the light video. It's two totally different ways you got to sit there and look at these statements in these interviews. Oh.
Law enforcement should shut down all the misinformation.
Yeah, they immediately started interviewing the parents.
Oh.
What did they, I mean, all these people saying this. Were you out there? Do you know how these things go? I mean, I followed the search for.
Yeah, we've been out there.
Else. I flew out there in the helicopter.
We've been out there.
I remember the massive search for Joe Clyde.
Plenty
Daniels,
of
which,
time.
by the way, I don't think was perfect at the beginning.
Plenty
Same
of
thing
time.
with the search. For
We've been
Holly
out there
Bogan.
more than him. What is he
Those had some
talking about, bro?
problems early on. This one didn't.
What's he talking
This one
about?
to me was almost textbook in the way they
Have an
handled it.
aneurysm.
Were mistakes probably made along the way? Maybe.
Dude, maybe he works for a fucking news station, but I guarantee you we've talked to the same people he's fucking talked to, bro.
Oh, I guarantee you. In and
Come
out.
on now.
There we go. I mean,
Answer the last scene.
let's see. People don't vanish. I agree. People want to know if the sheriff's department is doing drive-bys to protect the community. I don't know.
This is look, he already wants to end it.
A lot of people are saying you're saying that Chris Proudfoot or Katie Proudfoot is not a suspect. The mother, get out of here, Nick.
Let's answer the last scene first, and then we can look at all this other stuff.
I told you, everyone close to him is
He can't answer it.
vetted.
That's why he's not.
They've talked to
he's
him.
not
They've
looking.
interviewed him a number of times. They've interviewed them together.
There's no way that he didn't see somebody's comment about last scene.
Alibis, anything else?
No
Yeah,
possible
pet
way.
parent usually are those closest to them. I can tell you right now, if my wife, who's downstairs on the couch watching TV with the dogs, disappears tonight while I'm up here
I'd love to
talking
give this
you,
dude the benefit
and I
of
have
the
nothing
doubt,
to do
but
with it.
damn.
Law enforcement shows up tomorrow. I am suspect number one. Until they look into it and realize, oh, well, Nick is on Facebook Live all night, so he couldn't have done it. I'm just saying, yeah, of course they were initially.
It doesn't mean you
At
couldn't
the
have done
time
it,
of
though,
the
right,
wedding
Nick?
With the parents, a
Money
year later,
talks.
still nothing. Hey,
No, it's
maybe
more
they
than
committed
money,
the
bro.
perfect crime.
It's more
Without
than money.
evidence,
I brought it up in my last show. It's more than money. Trust me. I'm gonna talk about it tonight too.
cleared up. You know, I mean, not looking hard enough. I mean,
It's more than money. I think.
loving to
I
take
think
you
it's
out
more
there
than
Oh
money.
every
yeah,
day,
that,
look.
And I'm glad
meant,
you're on with me because I'm gonna ask you the same question.
I just meant when he said if something happened to his own
Someone
wife,
was asking you
they're like
earlier
he
today
couldn't
if
have
they
done it
used
because he's on
luminol
Facebook
inside
Live, and
the
I'm like,
house, which I
well, you
believe
can always
they
pay
did.
somebody.
They searched the house all in and out. Luminol again.
Well, he's going
Trust
to
me.
the luminol, but
And if you don't have Facebook, I'll post it for you guys with credit as always, because I credit the most out of here.
this is
But
something.
we're gonna go through it again. We're gonna discuss some other things I already
And
planned
is
on
that
discussing.
chemical that under a dark
It has
light
to do with
improves
some of
outbreak.
this.
I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it
So,
detects the presence of, say, a
it's
blood
perfect.
splatter, or if something violent happened in that home, say if he was attacked inside the home or something like that.
Nobody, dude.
Excuse me,
There's
my
no
understanding is
splatter.
they did
There's no
go
splatter.
through and search the house thoroughly using
Right.
things like that. And
There's
didn't
no
find any
splatter.
evidence of
Let's
that.
last scene.
Let's
Last scene.
see. He is covering for Craddock and the
Last
mess
scene.
up. He's
Oh.
best friend. My friends are. What?
There we go.
Okay, let's see what else.
That's what
Saying,
he is.
I have a
That's
gut
what he
feeling,
is.
Nick,
He's-
you're lying. I told you, I'm not lying.
Last
I'm not
scene.
lying. Is my
We don't
story
want you to
changed?
lie.
Are you
We
saying
just
at some
want an
point
answer.
that I had said it was a criminal investigation?
Last
It's entirely
scene.
possible. At
You
some
already
point,
addressed the
early on,
criminal
because of the Amber
investigation.
Alert, they
You
said
know
they're
what? He
treating
keeps
it like a
going back.
Criminal investigation.
He
But
keeps
they never
going
found any
back.
evidence. And if that's the case, they backtracked it. Whatever. In
He keeps
recent
going
months,
back.
as far as I can remember now.
He
Oh
keeps
my
going
God.
back.
This weekend.
Now people are
They
so.
told me
I don't even
this is an
know.
He
investigation,
keeps going
not a
back.
criminal investigation.
Stop.
Now maybe that'll change.
Last
I'm
scene,
just
bro.
glad they're investigating. Okay.
Oh.
Good
Last
point.
scene.
Sebastian now would be 16. Yes.
Last
He's
scene.
obviously Caucasian.
Last scene.
Let's see.
Let's slow down a little bit. Let's get in a couple more extras.
Last scene.
Yeah.
We'll
Come
just
on,
send
man.
in. I'm just gonna send it until I get blocked because I'm sick of
Let's see
this.
what else we got.
At this rate,
A lot of
He's
people are-
seeing what else. He's even going. Let's see what else we got, dude.
at this rate, if I get blocked and banned,
No.
it is what it is because
He's looking out. He's
There's
looking
no
over
way.
you, bro.
yeah, There's no way he's not seeing this. They're just gonna have to block me and ban me because I'm sick of this dude. There's no way.
Oh,
Countless
yeah,
of other people plus me.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what he's scrolling
upset
through.
because the law enforcement doesn't
We got to be
provide
careful though,
updates on a
man.
regular basis and all this, and they could, but they've seen what's happened with everything on social media and how it's gotten out of control. But
Oh my
they're kind of
goodness
like,
gracious.
look, the moment there's something more for us to share, we will. But in general, I asked them. I'd like to hear from them more often. But it's like we'll come and go public when we have something to tell you. That's all.
Yeah, we'll go with
See,
this for right now. We'll go with this for right now.
People for being frustrated. I'm gonna sit down here and see if we have a better signal.
Just
Trigger
a simple
warning.
question, man.
He's looking past.
You
it,
know he
though.
knows.
LA,
He
law
ain't
enforcement's
interested.
doing their job, but they're not.
You
going to
know
tell
he
it's
knows,
criminal,
right?
Perhaps.
So
I mean,
like,
if they have
as a journalist,
suspect
don't
in
you want the
mind,
truth?
They don't have evidence.
So
yet,
just explain.
and I'm sure there's things they're not telling us. Then
Yeah, he just keeps repeating the same shit he's repeating. He's looking over your shit. That's why he's like, because he's scrolling past your fucking shit, bro. He's scrolling past it.
Like I did it to the extent there's no way you didn't see it.
Let's see.
Like it was annoying. I never want to be this
Something for
person.
dispersing the light video. Now they own your butt, Nick. I have no idea what.
The FBI shared the date 225. So did he really disappear 225 or 226? Other people asking the same
Someone's
question.
saying they didn't do.
Make
luminol
a
in the house
statement
Christ.
on the
I just
last
know that they
scene, Nick
searched the
Beres.
house. They went into the home and they were checking for evidence that there was some.
Yes, I know you're probably gonna bring up splatter again.
Here we go. If I don't get banned this time, I can't comment right now. Some of your previous comments didn't follow our community standards.
I mean, I wasn't in there when they were doing the search. I don't know if you were. Maybe the law enforcement said one way.
That's
or the
how bad
other.
it was.
They did,
and he
search
didn't
the
see it.
home, and that typically would involve luminol.
See, I told you he'd bring it up
Thank
again.
you, Nick. Unfortunately, some people have their minds made up. There's no evidence.
Last scene.
And again, I understand the frustration. So many people. It's just this kid.
Boom.
All right. So again, people ask me
Yeah.
what forensics they did on
Spam.
the home because maybe that
See
is
if I can say it
where-
one more
why
time.
there was no
Okay,
evidence.
went-
They missed
Oh
something.
no,
It was
I'm
cleaned up.
blocked.
Keep in
I'm
mind,
literally
I mean,
blocked.
if there was something in there, if
I can't
something
comment
happened,
anymore.
It's been cleaned up before they got there. I don't
For
know.
real.
I know they went in and searched
Goose
the home.
chasing.
Where and how they did luminol, I don't know.
What if I reword
They would
it?
have checked to look
This
for
is
evidence
goose
of blood
chasing.
splatter or
What
like
about
was there some
last
act of
scene?
violence here that maybe
FBI.
led to him disappearing. And apparently they haven't found anything along those
Watch.
lines.
Nope, it's blocked. I
he's
got
gonna-
blocked.
He's gonna bring up criminal investigation again.
See, a lot of people, point to the mother because she was the last one.
All right, we're not gonna listen. It's the last scene.
They blocked me, bro.
It's the
We need
the
more
last
warriors.
scene.
It's just an honest question.
It's the last scene. It's the most important question since
Yeah.
the day he
As we
was
start-
reported missing. Because that changes the whole investigation.
Yep.
You have to look at everything differently. Period. There's no
Yeah.
reason to talk about any of this other shit until you find out last scene. That's it.
I'm so tired of people.
This is why I was showing you guys in these statements since the end of December when I was like, this is a fucking problem. Whose statements match? The same two statements that haven't updated, but the feds know what's up.
There
Come
we
on
go.
now. Come on now.
And tips 1-800-TBI. Fine. One sad thing about
Come
this
on.
is that they say
Come
the number
on.
of tips have really slowed to a trickle of late, and that's unfortunate. Nick looks worried. Don't mess with a bunch of mama bears, Nick. Hey, if you're a mama bear and you care about this
Answer
kid,
the
then
last
we're on the
scene.
same page.
Answer
I
the
wonder,
last-
is there a way we could join
I'm
his
not worried
live?
because I agree with you. It breaks my heart.
Yeah, here's the link again.
No, I meant like join his live.
Don't be negative. Just ask
Let's
the
see,
last
did the
scene.
LE tell you
Just-
they confirmed the identity of the shadow
just
figure?
ask
This
the
in that
last
most
scene.
recent video that they debunked
Yeah,
from last
you'll get
week,
blocked
a
if you
couple
do it
other
too many
media.
times.
Yeah, don't. I'm saying there's the link. Just ask last scene. Otherwise, don't ask shit. Last scene. That's the most important question. There's a reason, and I'm trying to tell you there's a reason why these two are the same.
That's all they told me when I asked them about it.
This is why I
Why does
brought it
everyone
up in
want
the
him to be
beginning.
deceased? He could have just left. I mean, well, yeah, we don't know if Sebastian's.
You know why I brought it up in December 26th? You know, when I said, even to you, Trey, I said, I got the fucking cards in my back pocket already, and I just sent the damn thing, and all I got to do is wait for this response or that response. And you know
either
what?
way.
I knew it was going to get updated, and I knew it wasn't going to get updated from this or that. I knew it wasn't going to get updated from TBI. That's why I did all the work for them. So all they had to do was literally take 15 seconds to go yes or no.
And they
That's
couldn't.
it.
Either could or wouldn't.
That's why I did the work, because back then I said, you know what? I got these cards in my back pocket too. You know what? I need to make sure that I do the work now and go above what I should be doing. So that way that could not ever be used as an excuse that there was no response in return. I did it all. And the fact that there's been no response still, this is what I've been trying to say. And this is why I knew these two individuals, him and TBI, weren't going to update it.
Yep.
Because.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, it's kind of him not answering the same question, in a sense, makes it even more obvious.
It's why every time I've went through these statements 4 times over the last few months, I've went through all these different statements, and I continue to try and show you guys this is the same updates coming out at the same time. And then you got all these other updates that are completely different. You see what I'm saying?
If he can't answer, anyway.
Is he even answering it yet? Oh, you're blocked?
Well, I'm blocked. I can't.
That doesn't mean they're not looking for evidence of crime. They're looking for it. They just
I quit listening to it on my end because he blocked me. So, or somebody did.
Let's see.
You won't. It won't let you hear it.
I can't. I can listen to it.
Can you listen to it? And we'll just pause.
Be the first time I have no clue.
Yeah.
Unless
I think the LA will probably send out. I think the TBI and law enforcement will probably send out some kind of statement. Maybe have a user.
And then it freezes up.
Yeah, that way I can just keep it muted. Because he said some interesting things in the very beginning when it was getting choppy for you all that I want to kind of go through, because it's pretty interesting. I don't know. When you say all the parents were vetted, all 3 of them?
Yeah.
So are you saying they're cleared?
That would be my guess. I don't.
That's why I was saying that in the very beginning when we started. Are you saying they're cleared? Because boy, he sure sounds like he's saying it.
If you look at the definition of it, it means abduction can be part of it, but it also means it's the belief that a child is in imminent.
Yeah, let me know when you have the audio up.
I got it up.
Okay. Let me know if he starts talking about it. Or if I need to unmute it.
I'll just say unmute.
This is crazy.
I'm still blocked.
Yeah. They might have considered you spamming.
That's what it said. It says spam.
Yeah, because of the same question over and over.
Question.
But it's true, man. That's why you'll notice when we go through it again, you'll notice when he doesn't say in the very beginning of the questions. It's as Trey's starting to message it more and more and more, because it's like, come on, dude, you gotta
there was like 2 or 3 people asked the FBI 225 date, and then there's a question underneath of it that says, oh, where'd it go? Anyway, there's a question underneath of it about criminal, and then he answers that one, and now it's frozen.
I mean, hey, it's perfect because it goes with what I was already going to discuss tonight. So I'm going to ask you a question, all right? And I'm going to ask you a question, Trey.
Go ahead, man.
Let me know. Can you hear him okay if we're talking?
He's frozen. Oh, now it goes.
He's good on mine. Let me see.
Mean that they're suspects. It just means, no, we're not going to say, oh, beyond a
you Dude, you already said they were vetted in the very beginning of your show. You already said they were vetted.
Oh, now he's saying they haven't ruled out.
He said that they vetted all three parents in the very beginning. I know the audio was choppy. It's because I had 2 Facebooks open. I was going to be asking questions, but I can't. So I closed it out, and StreamYard went better, and you guys could hear it finally. So I can't have mine up.
Dude, the timing of this thing freezing.
What do I mean?
Ask the question.
What's the big deal if it is investigated criminally? No, I mean, right now it's an investigation. It's a big deal. If it becomes criminal, it's a big deal. That means they've decided someone committed a criminal act towards Sebastian.
Oh, now people are getting
I'm not saying
angry.
that's not a big deal.
Stop asking the question.
Right now,
why the date
whether
changed?
it's called
He probably
criminal or
doesn't
not,
know
if those
that
of you who
answer.
just want to
Move
call it a
along.
criminal
Then address
investigation
it.
now without a
Yeah, and if all that they were all cleared, then, or if they were all vetted, why aren't they cleared? Because when you vet somebody, right? You checked them out, correct?
You would. Yeah.
Is that? I mean, that's
That's what that means.
okay.
Double check what?
You
He said he'll double check.
Huh?
Hold on a minute.
What?
He's talking about it.
Here we go. Here we go. Hold on.
people look to you and you're sharing incorrect information, says Jill. I'm going to catch some rust. You're going to catch from this because it's blowing up. Well, what's blowing up? All I'm saying is that I've been told this weekend from the DA and the sheriff that this is an investigation, not a
You must have
criminal
like just missed it.
But they're not ruling it out. There's just no
You said the
evidence right
dates.
now.
I'm
that he
live,
committed
man.
a crime, or that Sebastian was victim of a crime. Though I think a lot of people believe.
Yeah,
that
you
he
missed
did.
it. I don't know how, but he said February 25th, and I don't know what he said.
How is that? Because I'm live. So are you.
Dog the Bounty Hunter, someone says. I
It's-
wasn't putting it down. If he has a bounty, I just don't know how much it is. I think Dog the Bounty Hunter is legit.
Maybe he
If he
didn't
puts a
address it.
reward out there, I think it'll be paid. I've just covered other cases in the past where rewards, a lot of people offer
347
rewards from different places, and when it's finally solved, sometimes it's hard to track down who or where was offering it. But I think the FBI, I think Dog, if this is found, I think the money will come from them. I think they're legit. So I think if Dog is offering, I think that's then pushing it beyond what the FBI is. We know the FBI is offering $50,000, which is a lot of money. This reward's been out there for a long time, $50,000 or more. And you would think if someone had some information that they would come forward for that money. And I mean, that's not a little reward. That's a big chunk of money. That's usually enough to get tips if there are some out there. That's why I'm wondering, no one's come forward. Maybe no one knows anything. Because
usually
I mean,
you see 5 or 10,
their own
you know
mother
what I'm
for
saying?
that kind of money.
Yeah, usually they're right.
you see 5 or 10.
They're right, or the wrong person sees that, and it's like, hey, they're going after the money.
Words. What are we seeing here? I don't. Yeah, I'm with Amanda. You know, criminal investigation, just investigate wherever it leads. I mean, if you get evidence that proves it's investigation, criminal, go for it. Call it that. I just want to know that there's evidence of that. And I've been told there's no evidence a crime was committed. Does that mean that one wasn't committed? No, they just haven't found it. Someone could have committed the perfect crime here, or they just haven't found it yet. And I'm in agreement with a lot of people that, you know, it's more than likely maybe something did happen, but you have to have some evidence of that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, start with the last scene.
So anyway, seeing a lot of these.
Well,
What else?
we're 48 into
People
it.
not liking some of this info, and you know, if you don't buy what I'm saying, that's okay. You can get it someplace else. I'm just here to do my best to give you my point of view and what I've been told.
Yeah, he's definitely talking. He's been talking in circles the whole time.
Yeah, Cindy is saying, you lying person. You said that it was a criminal investigation not even 6 months ago. If that's the case, if it was in a context, depending on who told us, then it's changed. Maybe there was evidence at that point.
Oh my God, people are asking some wild questions
and
now.
it is now something where it's just called an investigation. So, again,
He was handed a piece of
don't get mad
paper
at
and
me.
said, "Don't go
I never
outside of
said
this
that there was
piece
a
of paper."
suspect or someone like this that they had in mind. If they're
He was handed a piece of paper and said, "Don't go outside of this piece of paper, man."
And then you got people in here that are talking about things that if it was relevant in the beginning, they wouldn't be asking this question. My goodness gracious.
Kind of getting a headache a little bit. Oh, come on.
So many people are dead set that this is criminal. We just have to have evidence of it. And I've been told this weekend, so if the story's changed, I've been told this weekend that from both the DA and the sheriff and other sources that it is simply an investigation and they're ruling nothing out. That's all I can tell you as we sit here right now.
What?
That's all.
People getting mad. We're so hard on Nick.
And that's about it. I'm sorry it's freezing. A lot of people saying the same things.
He's going to go.
Yeah.
We're going to go through it again where we can pause
you know,
Ta-ta for now, Nick. Ta-ta for now.
Yeah, I'm just looking through here the rest of this. I'm sure, you know, we'll be hearing more in the next week. I think we'll have more that comes down from the sheriff and from investigators. I think maybe they'll issue some kind of statement on tomorrow or Wednesday. And we'll follow up on that. I promise I'll follow up on it. I'll double check in again on a regular basis. Say, look, there was a time that you guys indicated this might be criminal, or someone was saying and now you're saying.
Yeah, they're gonna come out with a statement that says it's been 1 year since he was last seen and last reported missing.
I wonder how many networks that'll be on.
I mean, it's going to be on all the social feeds like they post everything else. I mean, I even seen the job applications to apply.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was like, some bitch. Too bad I'm not a resident. Because I would actually do what the fuck you're supposed to do, no?
I'm telling you. And hey, I could be wrong on some of this. I'm just being told and trying to share this information and keep the story out there. Whether we agree or disagree on some of this, hopefully we can all agree on one thing. As I said, the only thing that matters to me is finding Sebastian, what happened to him. Hopefully, finding.
It's not about agreeing or disagreeing. We just want the facts.
To this mystery. So,
like, I don't know where he's getting that from.
And I hope something breaks on this case in the not too distant.
We want facts, and that's it.
That's where we have it, guys. Appreciate you joining us. Again, apologize if some of you weren't happy with what you've heard here, and I understand. At least I know you have a passion for finding this child, and I support that. And I'll continue to follow it. You continue to keep the word out there. And again, if any of you have information on this case that you think might be helpful, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Good night, everyone.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. So it'll be right here so we can 8 hours. All right. So it is 50 minutes. So let me.
Good.
All right. So let's pause it right there. There you go. It shows your messages, bro.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my, that's gonna be a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Wow. All right. I'm going to say a couple things here. I wanted to start it off by saying, shout out $347,000 reward, right? Shout out to them. Just like when the 225 155 reward came out the first day, I said, I wonder what the 220, well, yeah, that's the last scene. I wonder what the 155 is, 155. And then we all started talking Enoch, and then bam, Enoch popped up. This is my next question that I have for you, because as soon as I seen that it was updated to 347, I instantly thought to myself, 347. Is there a 347? Or the number between the 250 and the 347, which would be shortly under 100. $97,000. right? 97,000. 250 to 347 is 97,000. So is that a number that we need to look at as well? Because remember, when it hit 250, that's a regular number. Just like I brought it up back then. 250s or not 250 back then, it was, the other ones, it was all equal amounts. It was like,
Not odd.
Yeah, then you got this one. Now this is another odd number, right? Why not 350? Why is it 347? You see what I'm saying? There was another. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like 347 in a sense.
So it's either 347 or 97. The difference between the 250 and the 347. Because you would think it would be 350. I mean, you don't think if it jumps up that much, there's not going to be a couple extra thousand that gets thrown in by somebody to top it off to make it
you would
even
want
350.
You would make it.
I mean, come on now. Ooh, that's it. Ooh, Angela's got a good idea. 3:47 a.m. maybe.
Well, that's what I was thinking. It's like 03, yeah.
But yeah, that's the first thing I thought when I seen that odd number. I was like, oh, it's another puzzle. I like puzzles. So shout out to them for upping that. Also, I wanted to share this with you guys real quick, and then we'll go into what he was talking about. Hold on one second. I thought I had it up. The flyer for the here we go. And then share this with you guys real quick. Just a reminder that on March, well, wait, I thought it said March 2nd. Hold on a minute. Oh, it is March 1st. Oh, so they had it wrong. Because there for a long time it said March 2nd. All right, so they must have updated it. Saturday, March 1st at 2 p.m. And that'll be the 1 year. We'll be talking about it tomorrow morning. We got an Idaho 4 show tomorrow night discussing some more of the documents. But that's nice, Parham. But unfortunately, that dude likes to turn your donations into prowlers and expensive ass vehicles with LED lights on them and shit. And I'm just trying to find a vehicle to get from A to B, So
amen to that. Be careful who you like and follow, because
later.
Yeah, it's her later. My bad.
Later. All right. So we'll go back to this. I wanted to show those real quick. Yeah, he also made up the story about Gabby Petito's bottle being found being fake, and also about he's the only one that does any real searching down there, so obviously he's got a insecurity issue or something. So that's not our problem. What our problem is the last scene, my friend. That's our problem.
What a handsome feller.
But we're going to get into a lot of this stuff that I wanted to talk about because it has to do with the statements that match. It has to do with some of the videos that have been put out there recently. Why we didn't even discuss them. Also, I found it kind of interesting with what he said. Nick Beres did when he said that it's just a regular investigation and that they're going to be basically they're not ruling anything out, right? And so to me, that continues to tell me that there's nothing. Am I correct? I mean, is
And that's what
that the impression you get?
that's the impression I get.
Right. He's being told from law enforcement. We haven't had any updates from law enforcement. So honestly, nothing has changed, right? So I found that kind of interesting because remember back in early December around Sebastian's birthday, when Seth was saying that he had that newfound faith in law enforcement. And
Yeah.
I've kind of questioned this whole time, like, what the hell kind of faith is it? Because all the way since April, you were screaming at them that they were pieces of shit. That had to be a huge leap, right? To go from months.
I figured that they told him something, like, look, this is what we got. For the love of God, if you say anything, and this is just my opinion, but
well, I'm gonna get into that.
I was thinking that they told him something significant where it restored his faith, and I'm like, that makes sense. But here it is, a couple months later.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. That's what you would think, right?
Right.
Okay. So when Brittany wanted to attack me with a bunch of fucking lies and question the whole green team shit, we don't need this in the green team, y'all, talking about me.
Yeah, a bunch of BS.
I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? Right? Because all it is just a bunch of hate over there. I mean, that's why she came after me, because I went and supported Eddie because he got hurt by her like I did way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I showed everything. Now, when it came to that, somebody reached out to me. And I appreciate the fact that they reached out to me. It meant a lot to me because all of these other people that we had already figured out it was a goose chase a long ass fucking time ago, back in September and October, already figured out it was a goose chase. And I'll go into more of that later on in the future at some point. But that one person that reached out, I appreciated it. You know what I'm saying? And I asked, what is this newfound faith? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it makes you wonder.
Well, they were told that there's going to be something major happening a week or two before the anniversary. And now that that part of time has passed, I can finally speak on it. And that's why I'm speaking to you about it tonight. Because I was told back in December about some stuff, and I'm not going to share all of it, but what I was told was that there was some stuff, and a week or two before the year anniversary, there was something big that was going to happen. What has happened in the last week or 2 weeks, y'all? Nothing. Right?
I mean, nothing that I know
Listen
of.
to what Nick Beres just said, and he just talked to LE. It's just a regular investigation, and they're not ruling anything out, right? That's not what I was told. I was told there was a direction. I was told that there was some information when it came to this newfound faith that had taken place. Now, certain things weren't told to certain people because of protection. But when you're sitting here looking as time goes on, and I listen, there's a lot of other content creators that'll sit there and probably had shows about how much they know.
Yes.
Right?
Spinning it.
I'm going to be dramatic and answer it a certain way just to let you know that I know something. But see, CJ right here, CJ don't say shit until it's time to say shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not there to drag it out.
There's the difference between what they do and what we do. You as well, Trey. That's why we work together, because you're about the same thing that I'm about. That's how I know that I can be protected out there when we're out there together, vice versa, because you know I'm about it the same way. There's a certain way that you approach stuff.
Yeah, you have to, because if you show all your cards every time, then you got nothing.
Yeah, there can be plenty of people sitting there talking shit about your name and acting like you don't know shit. Go ahead, because we're the ones that do. You know, I was told information that I couldn't even share with the inner core. Couldn't do it. And I'm not even sharing it right now. But what I'm saying is when you look back and you look at what he's saying, and you sit there and you see what's not taken place the last week or last 2 weeks, because tomorrow's the year anniversary, right? Those things didn't happen. Certain things that were told, where the hell they at? Where the hell they at?
Yeah, nothing happened. And I don't think anything's going to happen because.
And you know what it was? It was more smoke, bro. It was more smoke.
So just nothing.
Goose chasing. Goose chasing.
Like everything else.
There's enough of it already. There's enough of it already. Hey. September. Hey, can you go out to Oregon?
Yeah, a million miles away.
Can you go out to Oregon real quick? Fuck no. What's the tip? Well, there was a sighting. Need more than that. Sorry. Sorry. Need more than that. For you to ask me and my boy to go all the way cross country.
In our hoopties.
Right? Yeah. Shit was smelling way strong. Now, I've continued to sit here and not say shit. People want to do this, undercut you, whatever. I don't give a fuck, because that's not the kind of soul that I have. But now, when it's a year, it is money-making tragedy shit. Because, look, we didn't even pimp the fucking video that came out a couple days ago. We didn't even have it. Yeah, we didn't even, like, we already knew. We already had the discussion when it came out, because you don't think people send us shit to you? People send us stuff all the time. And it's like, dude, this is nothing. There's...
Yeah,
you said the same thing. Yeah, I remember. This shit's nothing.
Yeah,
right.
Old. Super old.
There's no reason.
Like, surely people remember this video, is what I was thinking.
There's no reason. But when there's an update or when there's something to discuss, yes, we're going to discuss Sebastian's case. But we're not sitting there pimping it.
And that's what people have been doing.
Never have. So when it comes to this, yes, I'm going to sit there and tell you. And I'm not going to tell you what was told to me, because you know what? Obviously, what was told to me, that was told to them, probably ain't fucking true anyway. So there's no point in even saying it. But what I'm going to say is the shit that I was told, I feel for the family. If
it's what I think it is, yeah.
You don't even know, dude. I haven't told no. Listen.
Well, you haven't said, but
there's shit that I said I wouldn't tell nobody, even the team.
If it's what I think it is, if it's in relation to that video, then there's been some stuff on X.
It's nothing to do with the video. Could the video be a part? I mean, the light video was already suspicious, and it always will be. I don't care if Craddock comes out and says that there's no evidentiary value to the light video. Yes, I have to say that because we have to go off of what law enforcement states. But when have you ever heard me say that it wasn't suspicious? You'll never hear. I've always said it was suspicious.
Well, the timing of that is just weird.
I mean, shit.
Right.
I mean, dude, go back to what I first thought last May when we were done with certain searches. I said it's an abduction to me at this point. You can't tell me no different because I'm looking at all the evidence. I'm looking at what we've done and what others have done, and you put it together, and you're like, that. No, it don't. The shit don't smell right. So he was either taken from people who love him, or he was taken from somebody else.
Yeah, it's one of two
I mean,
things.
that's what it's been since May.
Especially with the dogs and everything else, the cameras, the angles. It's one of two things. Like it or hate it. Where's Sebastian?
I don't know. What I will say is that I was already going to be going into something. I've been doing something the last 3 weeks or a month. I've been digging into something, and I'm going to be talking about it soon. And I'll tell you right now, it has to do with what I was told. And there's an Easter egg for you to figure out a little bit. I'm gonna be talking about it soon. I still got another week that I'm digging into this stuff. And it's something from all the way back a long ass time ago. And if you've heard me talk about the Shroud of Turin when it comes to certain things, then you'll know what I'm talking about.
I've only heard you say that like maybe one other time.
I brought it up on the show before recently. I'm just going to say it goes along with that. And that's why I've been looking at, when I was told this stuff in December, that's why I've been looking at, because right after that period of time is when I got in contact with a certain person, and I've been doing a lot of digging on it the last couple month and a half. And I don't know, I was really expecting to hear some kind of update a week or 2 weeks before some huge shocking thing, you know what I'm saying?
That was supposed to
and
happen.
I was, because it gave, you know what I'm saying, dude. We
gave you hope.
Yes, it gave me hope. You know what I'm saying, because you do the same. And yeah, even though it was not good, it was still hope, bro.
It's still hope instead of it being open-ended and not knowing where Sebastian is.
Yeah, I'm like, thank God, before the year anniversary. That's what I was saying to myself. I'm like, thank God it's before the year anniversary. And tomorrow's the year anniversary.
Yeah, in less than 4 hours, basically.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm talking about it tonight. I was going to talk about it later, but I don't know. It just took over me. And,
oh, shoot.
Time goes on. I'll bring it up, but, I'll just, it's going to go with something. And I don't know. I still feel like it probably is true. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
But what I'm not understanding, and this is why I'm like, it's got to be smoke, is because nothing took place a week or 2 weeks before the anniversary. So to me, that's like, yeah, that's got to be more smoke. But at the same time, there's that hope, and it's like, man, plus the stuff that I was getting into after I was told that, I'm like, man, this shit makes effing sense.
There could be more to that.
You know, like
That
it
was just.
makes freaking sense, dude.
I won't say much more because I'm bad about walking into words, but
I won't say it if I can't.
yeah.
You can say whatever, bro.
No, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but I don't even want to call it a rabbit hole, but sometimes how things don't get processed because people don't come and pick things up. That would make sense if there's like a link to that, but
Just think about it. How did
yeah.
Seth Faith go from they were pieces of shit, a waste of time from April, to all of a sudden in December, newfound faith? It's because, dude, that's why part of me doesn't want to think it's smoke, even though it's a week or two. Oh, that, you know, it was supposed to be a week or two before. Come on now, like if it should have happened.
I don't know how Tennessee
You know what I mean?
operates,
It
but
should have happened. And this is what bothered me too, is because when I heard that stuff, and then the last week and some, FBI comes out and says last
Changes it.
seen 225, and I'm sitting there waiting for TBI going,
and they changed the
okay,
date.
that's why it's like 75% smoke, and I still got 25% hope off of what was said.
I mean, just thinking about that gives me hope.
Just 25%, man, because there's other things saying it ain't, it's just more smoke. They didn't change their last scene.
Mm.
They,
Unless
you know,
they,
what I'm saying?
unless they did it on purpose.
They never answered the easy questions from the community. The 1 to 2 weeks before never took place.
I mean, they could.
I'm just saying that's three things and one thing telling me hope. 75% smoke, 25% hope, man. And that's just, let's be honest.
I mean,
I'm just,
if you have the feds change the date, right? What would be the reason? The only reason, from a state perspective or even a county perspective, or their investigation, why wouldn't you change the date to follow suit with the feds?
you should.
That's what I'm saying. Unless you've got,
Because
I
the
don't know,
feds,
more smoke.
I'm sure. Listen, the feds have.
Yeah, the feds have.
They have more
resources.
access. Yeah.
Yeah, and then plus
So-
they have tools. They have forensic stuff on the electronic side of it and the physical side of it. There's a space that they have more resources, more money, a lot more. I mean, that's kind of common sense. But saying that, why wouldn't you follow Big Brother? Like it just it still doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
I guess because you have to come out with a statement, maybe.
Yeah, you do.
Because then you'd have to. Then it would make it black and white. It's like, okay, well, they did change it. Where's the statement?
Yeah. The good thing is from the beginning they didn't say that he was tracked in the neighborhood, because I bet you they wouldn't have came out and said that there was no dog hits like they did a month later. Because that was easy to backtrack. It wasn't easy to backtrack last scene.
No, with the dogs, you can say there was, you know.
This is another thing about the last scene, though, from the feds, bro. It still says last scene in the area of Stafford Court. It just has the 225 now, and thank God and shout out for the 225, because really, that's what it is. This Caltopo mark on the map is a bunch of BS. Because where was the sighting? At the back corner of his house. Give me a frickin' break. Somebody would have been able to say, yes, that was for sure him. You're talking about the back corner of the frickin' house on Caltopo, bro. Do you remember? I can show this. I have the picture somewhere if you want. I'll show you the frickin' Caltopo.
No, I was trying to find
Where is it?
I have the actual.
It's the back corner.
Caltopo map.
Yeah, Caltopo. I call it Caltopo. Uh-oh. You can I share yours then? Because it'll take me a minute to find. I got it somewhere.
That's what I was trying to find accidentally backspace. Oh, man, let me find my folder.
I know I got it. Yep, here it is right here. I got it. All right, so here's the Caltopo. I'm just gonna keep saying this.
You're good, dude. It's just an
Tomato,
investigation
tomato.
thing. It doesn't matter.
Tomato. All right, right here. The back corner of the house. The back corner of the house. So somebody would have been able to say, yes, that was for sure him.
What happened?
You're talking the back corner. This right here. This is where the sighting was. No, it wasn't. Because if you saw him right there, you would have been able to grab him and save him.
Yeah, there'd be somebody running after it.
And of course, Mr. B's not gonna go outside of what he's been told this whole time, because this is why I've been showing you the screenshots in the statements, showing you guys that who gets the scoops? Mr. Beres. Right? He put the statement out on Facebook before law enforcement put their statement out, bro. So when Nick Beres gets to put out a statement before law enforcement, or I should say just a couple minutes before, and then Mr. Beres gets special access at a press conference regarding the missing child that the parents don't get access to, this is the question that I wanted to ask you in the beginning of the show, bro. Because everything is about cost benefit, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's consider this. Mr. Beres is an investigator, right?
Investigative reporter, yeah.
Okay.
Same thing.
What's his job? What's his job?
To be a journalist.
I mean, what's his that's the end result. What's the gritty work?
Oh, as far as the the journalist part of it, to like deep dive into missing persons, law enforcement, like corruption, good and bad.
Dig into the information, right?
Yeah.
Dig into information. What's the TBI's job? Same thing, right?
Same thing.
Same thing.
I don't want to say they investigate themselves.
The gritty work. You got to start from the bottom to go to the top, right? Gritty work. So when you're thinking about cost benefit, right? Why would Mr. Beres get the special access to be able to put out an update a few minutes before law enforcement on that first morning? Why would Mr. Beres be able to get special access to a press conference and parents aren't allowed to go? Why would Mr. Beres get to be able to be the only one that gets to interview TBI or Sumner County?
Because he has a great inner working partnership relationship with law enforcement.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's such good old boys that that's just me being a smart ass.
No, this is true, because this is what I'm getting to. What I'm getting to.
It's one or two things, right? They either really like him because he does great work at showing like police corruption and stuff like that.
No.
Right?
No.
You don't like option A?
No, I'm not even going there. That's not even an option, because I haven't even got to my question yet.
I mean,
so think about cost benefit, right? We have information, we get information that we don't share with people, right?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, it's a cost. It's a cost benefit.
We get it, and it's stored way back here, so we don't bring it up.
It's a cost benefit. It's gonna cost, just like this conversation that I was talking about from December. It would cost me more when it comes to the trust of others, when it comes to me holding information, it would cost me more if I talked about it than I would benefit from it.
Right.
May I benefit like other people? Yes, I could benefit like other people.
Yeah,
But
but for that, the
I'm
long
not
haul,
worried about that benefit because I'm worried about the cost. The cost of me not telling somebody, you know, or basically being a man of my word. Right? Like if I tell you something, you know damn well that you can trust it all day, 2 times on Sunday. And I'm going to stick with it no matter what that benefit is, because to me that benefit never outweighs the cost of somebody else's trust, correct?
correct.
Okay. So, when it comes to all of the exclusive access that we're talking about that this gentleman gets, even the only one being able to interview any of the investigators in the missing child's case, right? So why would he get that special access? Because he's a
good
he's got a
soul.
great relationship with law enforcement? I don't think so. Because the cost benefit of having him around like that, it would cost TBI more, because he would end up uncovering stuff that they probably didn't want uncovered, having him around a lot, right? So
Yeah.
it was a cost it cost them too much to have him around all the time, just because he's a great guy to work with. No. Now, when it comes to Mr. Beres, what would be his benefit to be able to get all that, to get even access? Forget only having access to the investigators. Think about that, to be the person that got access to a press conference for a missing child's case that parents weren't even allowed to go to, right?
Yeah,
You
no
see
one else
where
is able
you
to
see where
question
I'm
them
going? You
or
see
have
where I'm going?
questions. Yeah,
That's a lot of benefit, isn't it, bro?
it's a 150% benefit because you're the only
That's
one
a
that's
lot of benefit, right?
got the interviews. You get to ask the questions. I guess the questions.
Yeah, that's a lot of benefit. That's a lot of benefit. That's way more benefit that, and I mean, what other freaking, think about it. What other missing child's case? What
None.
what person? Think about a unaliving for. I mean, who? Let's go unaliving. Think about an unaliving case. What person has got special access to a press conference that the family wasn't allowed to go? Think
None.
about any crime. Any crime.
You always see a million different microphones.
The
with all
family's up there talking most of the time,
Yeah.
aren't they?
and then
With law enforcement.
it's open questions that are either answered or not answered.
Or they're off to the side.
Yeah.
Or they're sitting down in chairs in the front row. They're being involved. They're included in everything. Why would a news guy be able to have that kind of access?
What is it?
That's a big benefit. That's more than 150, bro. That's 550.
That's more than I scratch your back, you scratch mine too.
Right. So what does Nick do again? He digs up information, right?
Yep, dirty stuff. I mean, that's what most investigative reporters do.
Yeah.
They find the dirt on people.
And when it comes to the statements, those two groups we're talking about are always the same statements, right?
Yeah. And
And
tonight he wouldn't answer our questions.
Right.
Along with, and it wasn't just me asking, there's probably at least 20, 30 other people in there asking a similar question about the date that he would not answer.
So, you know what I think it is, man, when it comes to that cost benefit? And this is why we still didn't get that question asked, just like you were asking him tonight.
He can't answer it.
It's because I could, and I'm sorry, I've gone through all these different scenarios, and this is the only thing that makes sense to me. And I have that mind where there's 1,000 tiles flipping until it starts clicking together, and
you're fact checking yourself and asking yourself
it starts
all the
building
possible outcomes.
The only thing that I can come up with is somebody had something on somebody else, and then that other person also had something on them.
I mean, yeah, that only makes sense, man, because if
And
you're
let's
talking
ride
about-
together. I'll take care of you. You take care of me. I won't share your secret. Okay, I won't share your secret. All right. Let's
'Cause
just roll together.
Wouldn't you want as many news networks to cover a missing child, like regardless of what?
Or the family to be able to show up to the press conference.
Yeah, instead of behind closed doors.
Not even allowed to go because it was off limits. You had to be, it was on grounds that civilians weren't allowed.
So what happened to freedom of press and all that?
Seth had to stand outside the gate.
So then you can't even the public can't question anything then.
But Mr. Beres was all up in that shit. That's why I said what, because when I heard Seth say that in his live stream from November, I was like, whoa.
So
hold
then
on a minute. I never knew that.
By doing so, then you're assured it's one-sided.
But it's deeper than that. Yeah, of course it's one-sided, but it's deeper than that. He was the only one allowed. It's deeper than one-sided because listen, you could have the family there and you could I'm not going to open it up for questions.
Right, you can't answer the yeah.
So you can have the family there. It's deeper than that, man. Special access.
Yeah, so
What
then
the
it's
what does Mr. Beres have on TBI?
does it make
Think about it. Think about all the different scenarios. For real. You think about that kind of benefit. The only one, the same updates as when they're putting them out there. The only one to be able to interview their team. The only one to be able to interview their team. He's the only one asking them questions.
I can keep it.
And then the
Yeah.
family, you don't let the family? What other benefit?
I can think of like one of three things that you could have over on somebody where I'd be like, come on down.
Oh, I can imagine what it could be. I mean, it could be so many different things, period.
Well,
when it comes to a certain somebody, do you remember a post that somebody put out, like Dog put it out a long time ago? It was a certain post from a certain individual that's part of the interview of Mr. Beres. And, the guy with the short brown hair and the beard. And he had a very interesting comment about the R word. Do you remember that?
yeah.
Dog put out that post last late summer. Remember?
Was it Dog?
It was Snuggle. Remember he put out the post about the Snuggle. Remember?
He put that out?
That's the dude. That's the dude with the short brown hair and the beard. I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember it coming from Dog. I thought somebody else.
Well, a bunch of other people posted it, but
Okay,
Dog
that's
was
where I
the
seen it
first.
then.
Dog was the first one that put the Snuggle thing out there.
Which was
And he showed the post that a certain particular person.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to call it Snuggle. What was it? Snuggle struggle or something?
Something very bad. If you're gonna be
listen, it could be a whole bunch of stuff that Mr. Beres knows. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what I'm
Combo.
saying is, I mean, it could be something as little as this to something as huge
Big.
as this. Because hell, think about it. What was that law enforcement department that got shut down?
Was it Millersville?
Something like that. Millersville.
I don't remember. Don't
That was-
quote me on that.
That was back in the summer.
Put bad light on a police department. That's not bad, but
Let me
Hey,
let me
a
look it
police
up.
department in that area.
Yeah, let me look up because I can just pull up the area and I'll it's a teeny fucking town too. Oh my gosh, dude! It was Miller.
It was Millersville.
Is that what it was?
Millersville. Yep,
Miller
Millersville,
something.
Tennessee. Millersville.
Yeah, That was the whole freaking department. And
Yep.
and what did the investigators aren't they on like some kind of ban or something where they're not even allowed to be shared certain information now?
They
Yeah,
basically
military.
revoked all their access to
Yeah.
I don't want to say to leads in general, but all the sensitive stuff that could pop up that they're I can't think of the word, but
How far is
anything sensitive, they're no longer able to have access to. How
Yeah,
far is it?
how far is it? It's just right outside.
Where's my maps?
It's just right
Yeah, it's like-
outside. Yo, it could be so many different things, right? But what I'm saying, look, we know that's Nick's job. Nick's job is to dig up information. And if he dug up information, I'm not saying anything bad about him or wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not saying, listen, because that's your job. And if, hey, you were successful, if you were able to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is at the same time, what kind of, what kind of benefit that, let's go back to cost and benefit. It benefits him a lot more either way, right? Whether he has information and works with them or whether he has information and exposes it, right? He benefits either way, correct?
either way, he's going to benefit. So you
Right.
could always do it later, unless
Yep.
it's both ways.
But the best benefit is to ride along with it, get your awards up, get your accolades up at the news station, and then what do?
Bounce.
You go somewhere bigger like Los
Yeah.
Angeles, New York, Miami, right? I'm saying, what kind of? I'm sitting here and I've been thinking about it this whole time as I'm going through these statements since December. I'm sitting here going, how does this happen? When I first heard Seth mention that, sorry if it's getting kind of
It
cut
got
now.
buggy for a second. You're good now.
Hold on. There we go. When I first heard Seth say that, that's when I started asking myself, whoa, hold on a minute. Then everything started to make sense. As I'm going through the interviews and the statements and the updates and all these other things. That's why I could tell you on December 26th that I knew that there wasn't going to be any update from that guy or TBI because I already knew they weren't going to update it anyway.
There hasn't been an update.
Because as we started going through all those statements that same day and I started to show them and break them down, I'm like, holy hell, everybody else is saying something really interesting, like really interesting. And then the only two I'm just going to say groups because I'm not going to keep putting initials out there. You know what I'm saying? But two groups keep hanging, rolling the same. It reminds me of Idaho 4, the university with the law enforcement. They're rolling the same. And then shit, you got it right outside their back door. Millersville, the whole department, bro. Shut down.
As you know, some people just don't leave the jail.
Yeah, what was the what was on the recording?
There's a recording somewhere where it's like basically at all costs. I shouldn't say how I feel, but anyway, at all costs, we're gonna put certain types of people away, and if somehow they're found innocent, you do know sometimes people don't leave the jail.
Ain't that wild?
And
that's
I'm like,
what started the investigation, right? Was that recording?
Maybe it might be. It might have been that recording.
I think it was that they finally got it on recording.
But it was.
Something.
I think they accidentally recorded it and sent over a bunch of their evidence because their state's attorney was like called TBI and it basically was like, you got to do something. Like you got to do something over here.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for your state's attorney to be like, I got a problem with the entire police department.
Yeah.
Usually it's like, hey, what kind of, what you got? Cool. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. We put away criminals, yada yada. But they were up to some bad juju for their state's. I think it was the state's attorney or prosecutor or something like that that turned them
Defense attorney. I thought, right?
I don't remember. I thought it was a state's attorney, but
Was it prosecutor?
It could have been it could have been.
I know it was somebody that was up there. I thought it was a prosecutor or defense attorney. For the city or the state. It was like I think it was for the city.
Let's see.
Wasn't it for the city? It's been shit since last summer, I think, right?
Like this is from September 4th.
September?
Let's see. Conspiracy cop is probe intensifies. TBI agents raid Millersville Police Department. Trying to think though.
You can share your screen if you want, and I'll share.
No, I got a million things pulled up.
All right. Just drop the link for the article or something in back chat, and then I'll drop it in chat for everybody to see it for themselves. I mean, it's there. Here, you know what? Let me
paste,
and then I'll pull it up. All right. Let me copy. All right. So here, let me pull it up.
I was trying to find the one that basically said who turned him in to get it started.
Let's see here.
Huh.
Is there a video? Sweet. Might be a commercial though. Hold on. Them sneaky bastards.
Yeah,
There
one of
we
those
go.
like permanent 30-second ones.
Yeah, a little ad. It's all right. They got to make it, you know. All right, here we go. Is it gonna play? What the hell? Is it gonna play? Where's the volume?
Is it not in there?
Yo, where's the volume? Hold on.
It has the timelines at the bottom.
Hold on. It
There we
wasn't
go.
playing the audio. No thanks.
There it is.
Oh, I have to play the audio for the commercial. Hold on.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's why it didn't pop up. Come on!
With breaking news.
There we go.
This is News Channel 5 at 6.
Our coverage of the breaking news, the TBI raid on the Millersville Police Department continues now at 6. And good evening to you. I'm Carrie Sharp.
I'm Rory Johnston. After months of questions raised by News Channel 5 Investigates, the TBI descended upon the Millersville Police Department, as well as the home of that department's conspiracy-minded Assistant Chief, Sean Taylor.
Our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams, is leading this investigation for us. He joins us now with team coverage of this major development, Phil.
That's right. Minutes after we got word about TBI agents being spotted outside Millersville City Hall, our entire News Channel 5 Investigates team sprang into action, trying to learn what we could from watching as the raids unfolded. Taking to the air in Sky 5 for a bird's eye view of the Millersville Police Department. And here on the ground, we watched as TBI agents executed a search warrant issued by a local
Bag it up!
judge. Photojournalist Brian Staples captured these images of the two men at the center of the investigation.
Bag it
Police
up!
Chief Brian Morris and Assistant Police Chief Sean Taylor could do nothing but pace and wait as agents combed through their offices inside City Hall. Agents initially directed their attention to a number of vehicles parked outside City Hall. A local resident captured this image of agents searching an unmarked police car as the police chief and a detective looked on. We'd like to talk to you about some of your conspiracy.
Bro was eating a can of Pringles, man.
This is like the professional one, because the one I watched, I'm like, oh my god. This it probably breaks it down more. It'll probably get to the biscuits and gravy.
Oh, he's down in those fucking Pringles, man, before he gets his cuffs.
The detective looked on. We'd like to talk to you about some of your conspiracy theories.
All right, well, have a good day.
All of this comes amid questions raised by News Channel 5 Investigates about the town's assistant police chief and his sometimes bizarre conspiracy theories. Authorities have confirmed that the TBI is investigating the potential misuse of sensitive law enforcement data as Taylor has pursued those theories, as well as questions surrounding what appears to have been a botched child predator sting.
Holy shit. I know I thought this before, but
Don't say it.
What? Don't say it.
Don't say the one thing because I laughed.
Now seeing it again, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah. Man. So how many?
Don't
I
say
mean,
it.
we're gonna get trolls. It's fine. No. All right, y'all. How many of these people in this picture do you think are law enforcement? We'll just start there.
Oh,
like how many people pictured here are police officers for the, at least like sworn officers in the state of Tennessee? The number may fool you. I have to look at chat.
Oh, usually it's me muting Trey. Trey's muting me tonight.
Like I don't know, man. I'm ready for
You're
everything.
like, I don't know, man.
I'm ready for everything at this point. I already said forgive me for 2025 because with all the clickbait stuff that people be doing, I'm ready to just gloves off in the most respectful way that I possibly can. Busby says every one of them look like they're sworn law enforcement officers. That is not the case. I can't tell you how many are not, but I think the news will tell you. Now, furthermore, do you see the woman in the black police cap with the pink police vest? Do you see her in the yellow shirt?
That's what stuck out to me. I'm like, hell no. That makes me think of...
Yeah. Without me saying it, does she look like any infamous or semi-famous-ish YouTubers in the true crime community?
I said, who in the fuck has pink police on their vest?
I think a YouTuber has
infiltrated
the YouTube, the Millersville Police Department. This is all for speculation, fun. Nothing I've said the past 4 minutes is to be taken as fact.
Dude, that's something you make. That's something you make with your cricket machine at home, bro.
But I think they might have been infiltrated by a YouTuber that I can't say that YouTuber's name.
That's the first thing I said. I said, "Damn, that looks like somebody and who has pink police on their fucking vest."
It does. I mean, it does. Big time.
I'm sorry. That says cricket machine to me.
No takers. No one's gonna say it.
Somebody got cricket machine.
Which would make sense where some people get their information. They might have had access to the Millersville police computers.
Shirt. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I'm talking about the yellow shirt.
Yeah, the yellow.
With the pink. Here, let me... let me... hold on. Oh, shit.
Sometimes through the...
I totally forgot, dude, until I seen this.
It's like, yeah, I did too until it came back up.
I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Don't say it.
Busby says he can't say it.
Oh, hold on a minute. Here, I'll I'll open up the pic. Hold on. So you can see what I'm talking. I know it might be hard to see right now. I'll zoom in on it for you, and then we got to get back to this Beres thing, because I have a lot of shit to go through tonight. If not, I'll go through the rest of it tomorrow. There it is, right there. All right, so let's share this real quick. Oh shoot, hold on, it won't let me. Hold on, I gotta redo it again. I don't know why. Like StreamYard, it doesn't let me zoom photos sometimes. I don't understand it. It's weird. All right, here we go. All right. Where's that tattoo, right? But look, pink police.
Popo.
Pink police with a pink badge. A badge with pink on it.
We're thinking of a more famous YouTuber.
Look, it's got pink inside the middle. It's got pink.
I say that
and
loosely.
Yes, it's a Cricut machine production. Look at that. You can print that shit out on your Cricut machine. Get yourself a couple pink pens. And you got a pink patch over here with your name on it. Come on now. Oh, it's
You know what's crazy?
supposed to look like it.
There's not even any plates in that vest. I just realized that.
No.
There's no plates at all. Not even soft plates, bro.
Dude, here, I'll go back to it.
I wear soft plates every day. I wear soft plates every day. There's not even any soft plates in that.
Because this right here would be sticking out. This right here would have the top of the plate. It would have the top of the plate coming out. So there'd be like another layer there in front of you that sticks out right in that certain spot.
The vest would be more up to. It'd be more firm.
This right here.
The contour wouldn't be as
It doesn't stand. No, it doesn't come out. That's why I'm saying. And look, you got a bunch of pink pens, some notebooks, a water bottle, and a fucking CV.
Does she even have a taser?
I want to know if somebody has the same tattoo. That's what I want to know. Lift up your arm, lady. Lift up your t-shirt arm, your arm sleeve.
Dude, they gotta be related.
Lift it up, TL.
Dude, that would make sense.
Sleeve up, TL. That's what I
said.
was saying, dude. I told you that back then. I said, "Damn, this looks like TL."
Dude, that could be worse.
Look, and she's even got a pink police vest.
It could be
That's
worse.
Obviously, a Cricut machine production.
Let me just run some names real quick.
Oh shit! Where's pull up your arm sleeve?
We gotta see it.
Oh shit!
Someone said that's a Halloween. Cynthia says that's a Halloween costume.
It's not real. That's what. As soon as I seen it, I'm like, yeah, that looks like TL. And then I looked down and I was like, that's a fake bet. That's pink
Here
police.
It comes.
Pink name tag. It has pink on the badge. It's got a bunch of pink pens and notebooks and a water bottle and a couple CBs. There's two of them. Look, there's two radios.
No body cam. 2 radios.
Yeah.
It must. Damn. It must have so many frequencies. UHF, VHF, 800 megahertz. Running that operation.
Well, the cat's out the bag now, Trey.
Yeah, now people know. Now it's
gonna
get clipped.
But
it's gonna get clipped and cut.
I don't give a shit.
I'm ready for it. Do it.
It's the damn truth, bro. Look at the vest. How fake is that, bro? It is. Listen, Caddy. It is. It's a cute vest. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it is cool.
Let's be honest. If there was, listen, if yeah, damn straight. It's a cute vest. I'm not saying it's not cute. But
no, we didn't say that.
It's fake.
Yeah, there's no plates in there.
It's fake. Oh shit! It's one. Oh my lord! I'm just laughing too much. It's one of these, bro. It's a hot dog.
Hot dog steak.
Goose chasing. Yeah. But no. Yeah, it's fake as hell. You could tell. Like, there's not like where like there. This is for like a stun grenade. This isn't for a fucking water cup.
We're supposed to. Yeah.
We got a coffee cup where a stun grenade goes.
You have your plate carrier. Yeah, you're definitely not putting a water bottle there. You put a taser up there. You put a body cam. Put some extra magazines.
Dude, it's for a stun grenade because it's circle.
Radio. You put some handcuffs up there with some molly attachment.
The stun grenade goes into that circle slot, and then the handle goes on the outside.
Just want to be high speed, tactical with the pink and all the accessories that she don't have.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine though? Oh, I wouldn't want to wear a fake ass
It's
body armor, bro.
It's been bedazzled. I'm gonna bedazzle my vest. Let's see what my boss says.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's not gleaming like her sunglasses, man. That shit should be sparkling, right?
Yeah, it should be bedazzled.
It is cute though. It is. It'd be a great Halloween costume. Let's be honest.
Yeah, for
Come
like
on now.
a third
Let's
grader.
be honest. No, like for your spouse. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Walk in there with the pink police vest and some pink pens. And
No, if I had a daughter,
some
that's what she-
notebooks and a water bottle.
I'm the hall monitor.
Oh, sorry, my sinuses are.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to cough on all in the mic.
Yeah, the bug that everybody around the world has right now, unfortunately. All right. Well, this took a turn. I wasn't expecting to talk about this tonight, but hey, it's out there. It's the cat's out the bag.
It's all good. It's good. I'm ready for it.
I mean, let's be honest. Most people see like the hair and the hat. I zoomed in on it all. I'm like the badge, the name, the nameplate, the pens.
Where's her name?
Where's the stun grenade? That's my question. Where's the stun grenade? Oh shoot! All right. It is cute though. I'm gonna be honest. It'd be a really cute outfit for Halloween for like your spouse or something, right? You know, if you got a lady friend and she's out, you guys go to a Halloween party. Yeah, you know, why not? All right. So basically, this was the raid that took place.
Team Mongoose.
Yeah, they.
Oh boy.
The long necks. It's about Millersville. The TBI raided their ass and they shut them all down. But basically, it's right outside, so it's like
like a
the
little over 10
corruption
miles.
the corruption can exist. The secrets that Mr. B can find out can exist, you know, and that's, you know, back to the question of when it comes to the cost benefit. It just seems to me like they have something on each other. And that's why they're riding together, because why wouldn't they update? Why wouldn't Nick answer that question about last seen when it was updated from the FBI? Why wouldn't the TBI make their new updated statement saying last seen 225, you know?
And also, man, like with this, before they get into it, people have like a threshold of error, like you can mess up a little bit, and they're supposedly or allegedly they're doing a trafficking thing, right? So you would think people would be a little bit more forgiving if you mess things up. Like, because they're trying to do good. Like, that was allegedly, that's what they're trying to do, is put away people for trafficking. And apparently they got...
And they only got one. They only had one arrest. Right?
Yeah.
They only had one arrest. That's it.
So, I mean,
all
really
of that
have to be messing up.
corruption they couldn't even get, dude. It's like, which way did she go, George?
Oh my
Seriously,
God.
out of all of that corruption, there should at least been 2 or 3 arrests, man. They only got one.
Even if they were bad.
It's because they didn't have the stun grenades, because they saw the coffee cup. They're like, we're running. Fuck this.
You guys real cops.
Yeah, we see peak pens, notebooks, and a coffee cup. We're running.
Are you guys real police?
This is fake. This is fake shit. We're running. And you know damn well, ain't none of them fucking running after somebody that's
No.
running. Nope. They're like, well, hey, we could just pin it on somebody else. Fuck it. Oh my gosh, this is too much. Oh my lord, this is too much. All right, we're gonna go to that interview from Nick. Oh shoot.
Sorry, y'all, we got sidetracked.
Yeah, and me laughing is starting to get this stuff in my lungs to come up, so I apologize if I'm coughing and sniffly and all that. Hold on one second. I gotta get to the link. Well, there's gonna be a lot of stuff to go into tomorrow. Because boy, where are we even at for the show? 2 hours. I haven't even got into really anything that I had planned. And we're just getting back into this Nick thing. So I'll put the live link out. There's a notification out for tomorrow morning. If you want to come hang out tomorrow morning again, it's probably, it's going to be a sad day tomorrow. And especially because I'm just going to I really had hope that something a week or two before the anniversary that was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just, it's going to be like an extra kind of fucked up day. You know what I mean? Not that it compares to anywhere close to the family or the community that's involved, but as somebody from our side,
so a year later,
it's more
nothing.
fucked up. Yeah.
It's
just more of a fucked up day when it didn't need to be, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. He said something about they're going to make a statement in the next day or two. I just imagine he was just saying, they're going to make a statement either tomorrow or the next day stating that it's been 1 year. And basically that's all I pretty much anticipate that they're going to do. But if it has something to do with, that hope that is still there, well, I hope so, because it shouldn't even been this long. So here's the link for you guys. It's actually got its own numbers associated with the video now we can actually pause it. You're going to hear the beginning of it. Like I said, I had my chat open at the same time I had the full video, and then I had another Facebook with my chat to ask questions, and I saw Trey and all you guys saying it was choppy and shit. So I'm like, well, I always know Facebook is a freaking problem with StreamYard, so let me just close it out. So you're going to hear the stuff I was speaking of in the very beginning. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Is there anything you want to mention before we get going, Trey, or anything you want to bring up?
I was just reading the comments. I'm not the only one asking that.
Yeah. Oh, the comments in the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to newest and someone was still asked. It says, why is the last seen from the police the 26th and the FBI the 25th?
Disgusting. Well, it needs to be asked. All right. He's all happy right here. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate the kind words. We'll be having Idaho 4 tomorrow night if anybody's interested in that too. We'll be reading through the documents again with Yoli, Kathy, and Audrey. Tomorrow morning, Trey might be there. He's got to get back on his sleep schedule.
I'm gonna try to be there in the morning. You said at what time? 9.
That's what I have it set for, 9 Central in the morning, but that's not necessarily set in stone because I have a couple things I got to do, and I should be there by 9, but if not, it'll just be shortly, not even that much longer after that if I do have to bump it back for a few, but that's
okay.
I would say 95% it's going to be 9 a.m. unless there's something, that, because that happens. Sometimes things just pop up last minute, even Baby Angel, just going all over the house. It's like, damn, lady. She's so unpredictable, man. But I love it. I love it. Caddy even asked, all of that feed, and I did the same. Thank you guys. Definitely go sub.
Thank y'all very much.
Too. All right, so we're gonna get through this. Let me see if there was something else. Now, dog, this is. We'll touch this. We'll go into this after after this video with him because most of it's just mumbo jumbo.
It's like kind of a repeat stream.
Yeah, and if you don't have Facebook, I'll make a video for you guys after the show, and then I'll upload it for you. Now, Dog had put out the Texas Roadhouse video again a couple days ago. Yeah,
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, and I didn't understand why. So, does anybody know? I haven't really looked at it because I was digging into other stuff. Does anybody know why he posted this Texas Roadhouse video again? Because here, I'll show you guys. This one right here was posted 2 days ago. Here, let me make sure I hit the like on it. It was posted.
Oh, you're talking about on his YouTube.
Yeah, it was posted 2 days ago on his YouTube channel. And I mean, I saved it and I dropped it, but I didn't understand. It says what now? Hold on. It points out the yellow jacket. The yellow jacket guy is part of the delivery. The yellow jacket guy is part of the delivery. So, because when we dug into this video a long time ago, the yellow jacket guy wasn't even watching nothing. He was just one person that looked over when the lady back here looked over. Remember, everybody thought she didn't look over at the same time, and I did the zoomed in and I showed you guys. Yeah, in fact, she did look over at the same time as all three individuals. Other than that, that's a counter.
That's weird. It says, do you see something?
I mean, we're going to look through it. Oh, let me take this down. We're going to look through it tomorrow for sure if we don't get to it tonight. Because honestly, we'll probably end up going through the whole Nick Beres stuff and go through this tomorrow. But no, I mean, when I watched the yellow coat guy, okay, it's zoomed in. Hold on. Right here. Yeah, right here. They all look. This lady up here and that guy with the hat and then that guy in the coat. He's standing at the counter where they go to deliver the food. You know what I'm saying? Like they all look over at the same time.
Yeah, everybody's looking.
And then he's going back to the counter talking to the person that sets the food on the freaking counter for it to go get delivered. I mean, it's just like the hoodie, right? I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say the same thing from the very beginning, just like I did with the green hoodie. This video has already been analyzed by law enforcement in the very beginning. Now, what law enforcement, if these are true leads, think about it. If these are true leads, what law enforcement is going to let these leads go that are right out in front of everybody's freaking face and not actually, like, this is common sense. This is Texas Roadhouse, okay? They already know that there's cameras there. So if they're trying to cover up for somebody that they already know the public is going to be able to dig through it, do you think that they would put it in that clear a photo right in front of your face? Do you think that they would let an investigation go the way that it has the last year if they really did have a real lead on any of these individuals, the cost benefit again, it would cost them all of their damn jobs. It would cost them all of their damn jobs just to save that one person when it's out in the open. The light video, if you want to talk about them not digging into possible suspects when it comes to the light video, okay, I can see it, because there's reasonable doubt. There's smoke that they can blow out there to keep the confusion going. You see what I'm saying? So then they're fine. Not this right here. This is way too clear, way too obvious. That's why I didn't feel, yes, was the green hoodie suspicious? Damn straight. Somebody standing at the back of the car for that long and then standing in between two cars is suspicious as hell. But are they going to let that person that's obviously going to be found out? Because look what happened. The video came out. Everybody starts digging into it. That's suspicious. This guy's suspicious. You could easily find out who the hell this guy is. That's the general public, right? So do you think that they would release this video if they were trying to save this guy in the yellow coat? Hell no, because it's too clear and it's too obvious. They're not, that will be, they're going to hold that secret because it could expose the person that they're trying to cover up, right?
Yeah, they're not going to be, yeah. They're
going to say
cards.
that it's part of the investigation. We can't show you that tape right now, or we can only show you a certain snippet, right? They're going to, if they really are covering up for yellow coat now instead of green hoodie, then they're not going to release that information. So to me, if I'm looking back at this and I'm going, is there suspicious activity in this video? There is. There completely is. But do I think that law enforcement would take that cost chance over benefit? No. Because they would have kept this close to them. They wouldn't have allowed this part to get out. Now, when I first dug into it, I'm like, okay, dude's standing at the counter. He's got his phone out. He's got his app up. What do DoorDash delivery drivers do? They have an app that they have on their phone. So then it tells the person that ordered the food, this is where my car is. So you know when my car's pulling up. Of course he's going to have his phone on and the screen's going to be lit up because he's going to have the app that he needs in order to deliver the food so the people know that he's coming. I didn't think nothing about this yellow coat guy in the very beginning when the video came out, and I won't, because I dug through, I made I don't know how many versions of this video, different zooms, different I mean, there's probably a good 30 some different versions. And that's just watching it over and 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 over. So I'm sitting here going, oh, that's why I didn't understand why it was posted. I mean, thank you for telling me, you guys, because honestly, I didn't know why it was like back out there again. Because I'm like, the only thing that I noticed that was suspicious was the person that was standing at the back of the car, the guy in the black hat coming up, walking in the door, the guy in the yellow coat waiting for the food to go deliver it. I don't see nothing suspicious, and I didn't with all of those different versions that I made. I don't know why is it not focusing on this yellow coat if it's about the yellow coat?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the people are commenting a bunch about the yellow jacket dude.
Why is it zoom? I know, man. Just like they were commenting about the freaking dog the person video that came out a couple days ago. It's the same thing.
And they're saying what you can see, and I'm like, you clearly can't see.
It's DoorDash. They have the app.
Yeah, they have it. Yeah, pick up the food.
95% of the time, they have an app that shows you their car on your freaking app. The dude's waiting for the food to come out so he can go make another delivery. What is he doing? Looking at the reflection of the other dude's eyes to watch Sebastian? I mean, give me a break. It's a bunch of it's this again, man. It's goose chasing.
Yeah, I don't.
It's goose chasing. What is this guy doing? Looking at the other guy. And then after he's done looking at the other guy, he goes back to the counter and has his phone in his hand. His phone is pointed. It's not even at the same angle that it would need to be for him to record Sebastian. If he had the camera on the back of his phone facing Sebastian, it would be recording the sidewalk. It wouldn't even have Sebastian in the view. Watch how he holds his phone. It's not even in the same angle. I wish people would talk about the last scene and the different statements from TBI and Nick Beres instead of talking about this goose chasing shit just like a couple days ago. I'm sitting there.
If more people would get on board about the last scene and make it happen.
It's the most important question ever. In any case, when you have two dates, it could be a murder, it could be an R, it could be an assault, it could be a missing kid, it could be an abduction. It doesn't freaking matter. The two dates, if there's two dates for anything, that's the biggest question.
That's always last scene.
But it's not the hot topic. I guess yellow code is now. And what's it going to be 2 days from now when everybody looks at it after digging through it? You know, the guy that makes skateboard videos and all this other shit, they're all done digging through it. And they're going, well, yeah, you're right. And then Nick Beres has to come out with an update. And yes, this guy is not involved. And this was checked and vetted back in March, early March. That's why Seth didn't get the video until the beginning of April, because they had to spend all of March vetting the people that were in this freaking video. And I go back to the other question. What law enforcement is going to go, shit, they're going to find out. They're going to find out looking at, I mean, look at how clear. This is some of the most clearest video that you could have.
Let alone whenever law enforcement enhances it, or when they enhanced it.
Oh, dude, they got DoorDash anywhere you want a DoorDash, bro. I'm just saying DoorDash because that's the general term of it. There's plenty of apps that will go pick up whatever the F you want. Oh, if you want freaking fertilizer, there's an app that they'll go pick up fertilizer for you. And they're not working with the restaurant. Do the restaurant work with delivery? Obviously, because look, there's a counter there for it. But you can have anything delivered.
Literally.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people do. I mean, shit. Shout out Veronica. Shout out to her channel. I'll drop her link in a second. She does a lot of stuff for Micah Miller. Most of the time, she's outdoor dashing while she's making her videos, talking to you about stuff for Micah. Here's her channel if you want to check her out. And I mean, there's so many people, dude. That's like a huge business right now. What's the general term for it? Because DoorDash singles it down to a specific company. That's not what it's about. It's about the whole. What is it?
It's more than just
what do you call that? Like door delivery? I guess. Yeah, door delivery.
It's more than
door delivery. Door delivery. Dude, I had medicine delivered from CVS delivered to my door when I had COVID. It's like,
damn.
Yeah, dude, because I couldn't get up. I could not freaking get up, so I had to freaking get an app. I don't remember what it was.
It is on there,
dude. They delivered my medicine. They delivered my Vicks, my coat, because I had to get a COVID shot, so I got a COVID shot. And that was from CVS, and that's what I'm saying. They don't work for those companies. They just go pick it up.
Yeah, it's third party.
So they will order or go. They will order it or go get the stuff for you, and then they get a cut out of it. They're basically cutting out. It's just like the person that delivered my medicine for COVID from CVS. CVS only got what they got if I walked in there.
Right.
Because they cut out that party, so then the person that's doing the delivery gets more in return. So they charged a certain fee, and then there's a tip. And so then they took that because they go buy the products, and then they come and deliver the products, and they keep the profit because that money gets transferred to them. So then they can use that money to buy the products, and the rest of the profit goes into their account. So I don't even know. Do they? I mean, most businesses do nowadays have a door delivery.
Yeah, they have a form. There used to be
They got a pickup. You can come and order you can order your food and come pick it up, which they usually have a separate window for pickup, right?
Yeah, a lot of places will have a designated. You can either come in and get it, or they'll have like a spot that you pull in.
Yeah, most of the time it's off to the side of the front door. It's not even. Some of them, yes, you got to go in the front door and you go to a different part of the counter. You go all the way to the left. When you want to be seated, you go to the right. But it wasn't that kind of medicine. But there's most of them. You go to these businesses, they got the front door. Then on the side, they got the pickup window. Whether it's a drive-through pickup window or a walk-up pickup window, that depends on the building. Busby says they don't have DoorDash at Texas Roadhouse. Do they have a delivery service? Why would you have a counter?
For sure.
Pickup and delivery.
They do at my Texas Roadhouse.
The door delivery?
Yeah, they have like a thing.
I thought it was all over the place.
I don't know. I don't know if it's theirs specifically, but I know they have like a window,
just like this.
Like it, so they don't even have to come inside.
Yeah, so it doesn't clog up the entrance because there's already enough. There's already enough people in that entrance. Uber Eats. There's another one.
You got Postmates, Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash.
There you go. Yeah. That don't work for that specific restaurant or store or business or whatever. It's their own. They don't
offer it directly, but they offer it through various services.
Because you get a card. That money gets transferred on the app to that card, and then you use that card to buy the product, and at the end you cash it out and you keep the profit of what you made for however long you were doing your shift. So I mean, I don't understand what the big thing about the yellow coat. Look, his phone is not even, it'd be recording to the very left of him down in this area right here. It's not even, look, it's not even.
What time frame is that?
It's when he's leaving, but this is the thing, like, he probably went into the front entrance. Well, shit, no, I have to go out to the side window. You know, he's wearing gloves because you wear gloves when you're delivering food. He's got a mask, right? Listen, COVID mandates were way past at this point. Okay, we weren't wearing masks anymore for COVID. He's wearing a mask and gloves because he's carrying food.
Gosh dang it.
I just don't see any. I don't. It's the same thing as the video from a couple days ago. Goose chasing. I know, and it's not going to be. Listen, look at how clear the effing video is. People are going. It's not too hard. It's not too hard to find out who this dude is. And it's sad because he. What's up, Valerie? It's sad, and thank you all for being here. It's sad because you already see. Look what the hell happened. Look at that shit. I mean, just think of Green Hoodie, and all of a sudden, people's photos were popping up, and all this, and it's like, geez, people, geez, is it? That's why I don't understand a lot of these. Listen, this is why you don't see me and Trey half the time. Because we're not. It's not clickbait bullshit over here for us. It's not chasing. It's not none of that shit. It's about what needs to be discussed, you know?
You can see the reflection on his phone, kinda. But I mean, I have no idea what the heck it is. That's what people in the comments on that video were saying. That right there.
It's not even pointed at him, so who gives a F? He wasn't even holding the phone at Sebastian at all. When he was holding it, it's tilted like this. It's tilted like this.
Well, no,
he's holding it like this. That's not recording somebody if it's like this. He's holding it like this. It's recording the frickin' ground. And when Sebastian's walking by, he's not even pointing it at him. You know?
Well, they're trying to... I can't find the damn comment now. They're trying to say it was a picture of him on his phone. I don't know.
Oh my lord! No,
I'm not trying to listen. I'm not trying to take down the rabbit hole, man.
I'm not going down a rabbit hole because I know it's a bunch of BS.
Well, I know, but it's just what people are saying on here. Yeah. And I'm like, how can you even make out anything on the phone?
It's
without a doubt. You know what I'm saying?
And the stuff people are saying is the same.
Yeah,
people are listen. It's a clickbait world out there. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, you know, why don't you do Sebastian some real justice and ask some real effing questions? And it's not going to you guys. This is going to the people that are leaving all these freaking comments and shit over there. If you're gonna do like something worthwhile, actually ask some real questions. Actually point out some real shit. And actually dig into some real shit, because this is doing Sebastian. No, this ain't doing justice for Sebastian. This is distraction from Sebastian. Here, guys, look at the guy with the yellow coat for a little while, so you don't dig into this. I hope. Oh. I don't know. It's
just the comments are wild.
I'm sure they are, just like the frickin' tips we used to get in the very beginning and still get to this day are effing wild, bro.
Yeah, people get mad whenever you don't entertain it.
It's a circus. They want you to pay attention to the yellow coat pony show.
Yeah. Check the tree under the water that moves 1 kilometer an hour but it flows upriver, or it flows to the north. Just wild stuff. You'll smell roses when you're close.
Yeah.
The same thing.
I mean, come on. I would have, if there was something, I would have seen it back in, when did it come out? November? You know what I'm saying?
A minute ago.
Dude, I freaking dug into this video so hard. I mean, the pictures and the screenshots and the different zooms and all the that I just needed it to freaking learn it. I wasn't even putting it out there or showing them, because literally there's so many of them that I was doing. This guy never stood out, and there's no reason. There's a reason for that, because okay, so he looked at the same time as two other people looked and then never looked at him again, never had his phone pointed towards him or had a camera focused on him, and continued to talk to somebody that was at the counter.
Yeah, it seems like he was there to conduct business.
Right.
Like legit business.
Just like the guy in the black hat and the black shirt, just like I dug into his ass too. I'm saying, what is he doing? That's
like
kind of weird. He's holding the door.
Got everyone's attention. It was a natural response. Like, huh? Oh. And then they go back to business.
Yeah, the red barn next to the cow. Oh, my Lord. Well, I'm glad I didn't waste any time on it, because I was like, what the hell is this even? What are we doing here again? What are we doing here again? Is that why it went up to, I mean, shout out, it went up to 347, but is that why it went up to 347? Because of the fucking yellow coat? Give me a fucking break. It gives me a headache anymore, man, when and it hurts too, because you're like, man, you're invested, you care so much about him being found, and you got this shit that is out there being spun around like confetti in front of people's fucking faces, and it's disheartening, man. And then you got both sides jumping on this shit too, and it's just like, my God, are we about Sebastian or not, man? For real, are we about Sebastian or not? It's disgusting.
I feel like 95% of it's bullshit.
He's not even freaking paying attention. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's gonna be stuff's gonna be. Yeah, what about this and this? And then people are gonna zoom it in, and then they're gonna like outline where Chris and Katie and Sebastian are on the fucking phone screen, right? Just like they did with the video that turned out to be fake. Just making shit out of nothing and then discussing it so we can rake in the memberships in the freaking ad revenue.
Yeah, sitting on their behind.
While we're sitting in the background having discussions, like I can't believe this is even a discussion tonight. Well, let's just take the night off. Because how do you compete with click fucking bait, dude, when you're trying to be legit about information, about real questions, about digging real shit? You know what I mean?
You can't compete, because you're not going to get the clicks and the views, and then other creators, if you want to call them that, run with the narrative, and then they all jump on that bandwagon, and then because they're about the BS, more people go to them, and then discredit the real legit questions and statements and things that actually matter versus the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
So if you don't jump,
isn't the stitching on that coat suspicious?
Yeah.
Look
Next
at
it'll
the stitching.
And then
Let's
next
take a
it'll be something else.
A zoomed in screenshot that I can pretty much make anything out of if I want to. You know what I'm saying?
You can suggest something, and then all of a sudden people see it.
Right. Or you can say, "Oh, did you hear that? Oh my gosh, I did. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this really slow down."
Yeah, and then you say what you're seeing, and all of a sudden everybody else sees that too.
And this is the goose chasing that's going on while Sebastian is still missing, and we're trying to ask the main damn question: why all these different statements? Why didn't you update your statement? Why is Sumner County Commissioner Don Schmidt saying a hell of a lot more than you've ever said? Very specific things. Why are all these things going on? Instead, let's get sucked in for 2 or 3 days about a yellow coat that eventually we're going to be like, all right, guys, there was nothing.
Can you imagine if people would actually cover the facts?
Dude, if I was a parent, I'd be pissed as hell, bro.
And
I'd be that parent saying, will you quit effing talking about this dumb ass shit and talk about what needs to be talking about because my kid is still missing? You want to talk about yellow coat for a night? Guess what? Maybe if you would have talked about some real shit, maybe we can find him tomorrow.
Or address what law enforcement has said in variations.
That's another thing. Why ain't they hooting and hollering about last scene? Again, if it was my missing kid and it had one date on one and one date on another, you're damn straight I'm gonna be screaming my freaking head off, going decide one.
Well, thank
Which
God
is it?
The feds changed it. You have that, but now you got to get the Cowboys to change theirs, and if they do, then they have to answer questions.
Dude,
well, not even questions. They have to answer why they changed it. Besides, Big Brother changed it, so we followed suit. Okay, so why did you follow suit? Or when?
And why YouTubers and Jennifer Coffindaffer? Why did it take them talking about it?
Yeah, for it to get changed.
I'm the fucking parent. If it says 2 damn dates on it, it's my damn kid.
Exactly.
It better be 1 date. That's another thing I never understood. Why is it taking people that never even met him to speak up about it?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It don't.
Like, the information's out there, so you would think one of someone...
It's your kid!
Would be at the door over and over again until you got those answers. Or you got it changed.
I wouldn't shut up. Hell, I didn't shut up about it, and I haven't shut up about it because once they answered it, then I switched to all the other questions I had after that. Why you got all these different statements? Why is Don Schmidt putting out information when it comes to specific locations, different locations, multiple locations, different things that are being stated in the poster? The one of the most descriptive descriptions, the one I said come from a law enforcement officer, and he repeated it when it came to her hearing the thud and not asking him if he was okay, but keep it down. You know what I'm saying? But then the other agencies are still, well, we ain't saying shit for all this time. No, what? No. Why is it all of these different statements were put out? Because if it was what the FBI says, which I believe them, 225, well, then all your other statements that you've been going on this whole time are false statements.
Yep.
And those have done nothing but hinder an investigation for a missing child.
Just as they would say for all the YouTubers, not every YouTuber is bad, but the statements that have been said from law enforcement about the YouTubers making the investigation, whatever verbiage you use, I don't remember, but it would also be easy too if you were a parent to go to another news source and say, hey, I want to make this public since I'm not getting answers, if they did ask, right? And say, these are the questions I have for law enforcement. And then I guarantee you most news outlets would pick up on it and say, hey, we'll run it.
Damn straight.
It'd be pretty easy.
Yeah. I want to know if my child was last seen on 225 or 226. I've asked the question. I haven't heard back an answer for this long, and I want to know.
And you could take everything that you put together and present it to them. Wouldn't hardly have to do any work. All the facts are there, at least the statements from law enforcement.
Use my video of going through all the different statements. You know what I'm saying?
the news could easily vet all
Be
that.
like JLR. Be like JLR playing a video
Boom,
on a
yep.
fucking right there. Be like JLR playing a video like that.
Yep. They're like, here's your proof.
Yep. Here you go. Watch this. Here's all the different statements. CJ mentions the date that it was posted, who posted it, what was posted.
But it's not
Damn
being
straight
done.
I'd be going to local news. I would have went to local news the first time I seen 2 different dates. Somebody's going to answer because this is my child. And if you really want to find my child, then you put out the correct information.
Who's not to I don't want anybody to have like call for action, but who is Nick Beres's competition?
Nobody. He's the man in Nashville, bro.
Damn.
But but that's what you forget all that. It's the benefit that needs answered is the why would you go along with it because the only thing that makes sense to me is he's got something on one of those people. It's just as valuable if you go along with them, and it's just as valuable if you expose it, because either way it's gonna, you got that great shit. So what is the benefit that you're saying, okay, I'm gonna roll with them instead of expose them? Because usually Nick is in the business of exposing. So what would make him go, I don't want to expose this? That's why I said, I bet you when he said, hey, I got this on you, and they said, well, guess what? We got this on you.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
That's the only thing that would make sense. Because
I never even heard of Dennis Ferrier. Who is that? I've heard of Nick Beres, and that's the only one. Nick Beres has been the only one that who's Dennis Ferrier?
I've never heard of him.
I never heard of him either.
His
so
companion.
that shows you his companion. So they're like tag team brothers or something?
Yeah, I want to know who his competition is, if he has any.
Like what?
Like a news station that, they kind of fight for the story.
I never heard. Well, there ain't no fighting. Because I've never heard of Dennis Ferrier fucking reporting on it. I never heard of him reporting on it. I know Nick Beres and Nick Beres only. Any of these other statements, it's Nick Beres. I don't see any Dennis Ferrier statements.
He's a news anchor.
Did he have some...
Busby says competition.
That's his competition. That ain't no competition, exactly. Because
Dennis Ferrier. Yeah, who's gonna get the most traction?
Who the hell is he? He ain't this guy.
I've never even seen this dude.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
He ain't got competition.
Fox 17 Nashville. Yeah.
Look up him and Sebastian Rogers and see what pops up.
Probably nothing.
Let me look it up. How do you spell it? Ferrier.
Yeah. Ferrier.
Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing really about. There's one link. Let me see if it's got Dennis Ferrier. No, it takes me to. I look at. Oh my gosh! All right. Check this out, you guys. It shows Chloe's.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Yeah, it don't even show nothing for Dennis Ferrier, Sebastian Rogers. Now let's look up Nick Beres, Sebastian Rogers. Nick Beres, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Here. Boom, 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 all over the place. Here, let me look up Dennis Farrier, Sebastian Rogers again. Dennis Farrier. This is the link that I just clicked on. It took me to Chloe I's post. Farrier files without warning happening now. This is TikTok, Science, AAAS, Officers of Navy Yards. There's nothing. There's nothing. That is no competition. Dude, it should be popping up. Even if it's a different station, it should be popping up like it does for Nick Beres. Boom, 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 boom. Whole page. There's not one link for Dennis Farrier and Sebastian Rogers. That takes you to something from Dennis Farrier. There is no competition.
I messaged him.
What? Dennis Farrier?
Yeah, just why not?
What'd you message?
The same question I asked this dude were Nick Beres.
But Dennis Farrier doesn't have any fucking shit about it. I mean, dude, it's Google. Look what it did for Nick Beres. It's all over, bro. It's from top to bottom. Nick Beres, Sebastian Rogers, videos, links, articles, video, like.
Maybe he'll see it
pictures.
as a way to gain some traction or something. I just said any way you can figure out why the FBI, has Sebastian Rogers' last seen date 2/25/24 and TBI Sumner County shows 2/26/2024. Just straightforward to the point, no fluff. He'll either respond back or he won't. At this rate, man.
He's gonna reach out to TBI and he's gonna get the same bullshit. No response. He's not invested, man.
No.
He ain't gonna give two shits. He ain't invested. If it brought ratings, then they'd be talking about it. He'd be out there reporting it too. It's not bringing ratings for them because Nick has a monopoly. Nick's been down there. He'd been down there for what, 40 some years? Nick's been down in Nashville at the same station for what, 40 years? Something like that.
No idea.
Hell, he just got his son hired at the freaking
I seen that.
As a producer, bro. As a producer.
I didn't know that.
And then he started comparing himself to LeBron and Bronny. You didn't see that? He had a video come out and he's like, yeah, we're like LeBron and Bronny. Yeah, you got his son hired as a producer. That means you got some pull. Your son is a producer of a news program, bro. A producer. A producer. You know how many people are probably pissed at the station that they didn't.
I got a buddy that went to school for that, man, and he don't have a job.
I'm just saying. Imagine how many people have been working there for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years trying to get up to producer, and then this dude's fucking son swoops right up in front of everybody. LeBron and Bronny, according to Nick. He compares himself in that video. What? You saw that little video?
I seen the little clip, yeah.
Yeah, about the news people, and then at first, you're like, who's this guy? He doesn't have anything good to say about him.
Like,
and then later on, you find out it's his damn son. It's like, whoa,
this is my son. He works here now or something like that. I didn't watch the whole thing.
LeBron and Bronny. Yeah, he says... He's sitting there talking to a lady across from him, and he's sitting in his chair, and he kind of backs up like this, and he's like, it's like LeBron and Bronny. And I'm like, oh, hell no. You got to be kidding me.
I mean, I have to... I wouldn't work there. It goes to show it's about
it's
who
his
you
world,
know.
Bro. It's his world.
Oh, yeah, straight up.
When I was down there... I was doing work for Riley Strain. I was told a lot about higher ups in The department that, I mean, and these people, it's all, I'm just, it's all shady.
Oh, I already, I don't know
It's
about.
all shady, and it's like way up there. Like, if any, there's people out there that are with people.
From experience, being down in Nashville, they had already had their probably like 4 or 5 days worth of reporting a certain way, and then they did some interviews, and then took that footage and other things and continued with their reporting the way they had been reporting, so it would match their story. So if that's how it's ran, I get it. Like it shouldn't be that way, but I can see how things are portrayed in certain people's images.
It starts with Big Brother because I didn't even know about Sebastian at that point, and they weren't manipulating footage for Sebastian's case at that point.
Oh yeah,
that's when this community, like, there was so many people that were coming up talking to me. There was so many people that I was meeting with, after the lives and before the lives, and meeting and like discussing information and all these different things. Because I'm sitting here, at first I'm like, you guys are freaking wild. These are crazy ass conspiracy theories.
Right.
I need something. Right?
You couldn't take it as face value at first because you're like, that's kind of,
yeah, you're just wasting my time, and I got plenty of work to do in a 3-hour drive back. Right?
Yeah.
But no, man, like you start hearing this shit, and you're like, holy hell. Like, damn, because it's all about, they want to protect Broadway as much as possible, bro. That's why you're still,
I know that. I
that's
think
why
most people here in the community knows that.
That's why you're still hearing people discussing. There's like somebody else discussing now. A year later, there's somebody else discussing about the spiked drinks operation that they go down. I'm like sitting there like, hello.
I've seen that, bro.
It's already been like, this shit's legit. People are like, oh, that's a bunch. I'm like, no, this shit is legit. I learned the whole damn operation when I was down there. They do it.
My buddy works security at some famous establishments down there, multiple different ones. So he gave me the whole rundown.
Yeah.
If he would, I would love to have him up here. I don't know if he would show his face, but I would love to get him up here.
It's all between 4 and 5 bars. I'll just say that. I'm not going to name him because you can get in trouble. But I'm just going to tell you right now, it's between 4 and 5 bars. They all operate the same way. They interchange their staff. Like, you show up for a shift, guess what? You're working over there kind of shit.
That's exactly, Dude, if you want to get him on here, I'll tell him we can.
Dude, I would love to because I know so much
he
about
might
that
do
shit.
He might do it from the phone or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not going to oust him, but I'll see if he'll do it. He might. He would have nothing to gain from doing it. So,
or he can just hop up on the panel and be a different name and don't worry about showing a photo because the shit's real, man. Like I learned their operation within a couple days and how they did the shit, and they have people. This is why
I will say I know he worked. Him specifically, he worked for I think 2 different companies or 1 different company. I don't really remember off the top of my head, but he would work at one place like day shift ish from like 9 to 6, and then come into the other place and work until they didn't need him anymore. So like at least 2 different places each night. I do know that.
Yeah, and they have a certain crowd. They have certain individuals that assist with it. That's why I feel like Riley. Until the day,
bro. I've discussed this with him, and he knows the streets down there more than I ever will.
It was not an accident, bro.
Yeah, I told him our findings every time, right? I would come back and stuff. And it's like, there's no way in hell. And he's like, how the heck did he make it, the path that he did, and then it's like, okay, all of a sudden he's in the river. That makes no sense.
Somebody had. I'm even. Somebody still has those boots.
Yeah, I guarantee you somebody has.
Yeah, they had the shirt at one point.
Yeah,
and they had the shirt at one point, and then it became too hot because somebody was like, "Man, that shirt looks," and then
familiar.
it disappeared. All right. Now, how it ended up where it ended up, put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, we've been down there.
It wasn't an accident, and that's why I feel that
dude, I got a whole.
Them boots are still down there, bro, and they're on somebody's feet.
I got a whole video rant about how I put together all the accidents in the Cumberland River, just specifically Nashville, Cumberland River. There's a bunch, and that's just the ones that I found in like 5 minutes. It's an accident. In the water, accident.
Yeah, because when you're walking down here, ain't nobody. This is in that little part that, and we were allowed to go down there because I was with Najee, so we were good. We had access to go down there, even though it said restricted or whatever. We had access because of Najee. Because that's actually the first time I met her, because she came up to me and she asked me what I thought. And I said, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think this took place, and I think it happened this way, and I think this is how it happened. She goes, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either. And I was like, I just want to get down there, but you got all these, like, do not enter and this and that. And she's like, look, I can take you down there. I can get you down there. And I'm like, let's do it, because I've been waiting.
Yeah, you're at this.
Later that day, she came back, and we went.
You're at that spot right out of the one camera view, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. This all makes sense.
Yep. Right at the edge of that wall.
Yep.
You can see me showing it around.
Now dark.
I go down inside. Now that's where JLR found what did he find in this spot? He found he found something over here. I can't remember what it was. It was something over to the right of right here as he found it. But as we're walking through, now look, because that's not where he supposedly fell. He supposedly fell over here.
Bro.
This is one of the reasons why I do these things, because I want to show people it's a bunch of BS.
We got to go back to Nashville.
This ain't happening. He ain't falling through this. This was No, this was the day. So he was found the night before that morning, and this was the same day that supposedly there was some kind of dog hit for Sebastian, right? And I had to do this because I was like, okay, they found him. It's still, no, this is not making any sense. And so that's when I was like, I got to go down here. I got to show people that this is not, because I can show you from up above and it'll look like a certain, but when I take you down in there, that's when you see like all the brush and all of the obstructions in front of where he would have to get to in order to make it to the water in the first place. It's not happening. So that shows you how thick that is. It's all in 3 different parts. They're all up there. This is more walking along the side of the shore. That's the bridge. And then you see all this stuff. Nobody's fallen in rolling down those rocks enough to end up in the water where the water is gonna pull you miles downstream. there's so much brush right there. So when everybody's up at the top and they're looking down, they only see the bricks and then nothing else. You don't see all this brush right here in front. All
Whenever
that brush.
Whenever we looked from the top, we got the impression like, okay, you would hit, okay, that makes sense. You'd go in the water. But once we got down there, it's like, wait a minute, you ain't making it. Like, even if you have a bunch of momentum, you're not going to make it to the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just no way.
And but even from up there, you're not.
From the top, my impression was wrong. I was like, oh, damn. Like, you could probably keep going. But as soon as we were on the boat at the water, we're like, dude, that's a big, big gap.
Yep.
Like, there's no way. There
isn't. And then this is what was always suspicious to me because of the stuff that I heard. And then the particular individuals wearing the clothing and the boots of Riley. This right here makes perfect sense because as I'm down here, I stumble. So that we're standing right about where the debit card was found. Right?
Speaking of the debit cards, we took like 5 different cards from the top. No matter how you toss the cards, they're not going to make it down there if you were to toss them. Not from the top.
No, because up there I had to from up there I rappelled off the side of the wall. That's when half the fucking people quit watching me because they're like, this dude's fucking nuts. I'm like, look, I need to see if this is possible.
Right.
I knew I was safe. But what I did know is when I walked through that little gate there, it's on the live stream. Somebody was like, get out of here. As soon as me and Najee walked in there, I looked at her.
Oh, as soon as you got in that little, yeah.
Yeah, somebody from down there was getting pissed off. And guess what? It was the same person. So
we're on the boat.
Well, there's a camp.
Somewhat similar.
There's a camp that had boots and a shirt. And this camp is right over next to us. And as I'm down here, because I only knew about the camp ant holes as you're going down from up on the street, right? Before you get to the green fence. We're at the green fence area from up in the street. You go straight ahead out to the water, straight down. That's where I'm at, is where that green fence is at. That's when I look over and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this, Najee. And I'm sitting here. I think I'm probably talking to her about it right now. I'm like, hey, check this out over here. Hold on, let me get to it because I want to show you guys. Okay, we're talking because I noticed it when we came up there. Did I skip ahead? I'm showing. Okay. Okay, here's where I go. All right. And I wasn't. Is this where I do it? Okay, I'm talking about the tree. There's branches if you zoom in. There was even branches that were broke on that tree up there. But when I first came over there, I looked over there and I'm like, what the hell's above this little hill here? And then all of a sudden you'll see it. It gets shown real quick, but I wasn't staying in there long because these people, they do have pew-pews as well. Is it gonna? Maybe it's on the next video. Hold on, because there's 3 different parts. Yeah, I think it is. Let me go to part 3.
Like, right. Give me 5 minutes, 4 minutes, and then it'll end, and then I can literally click find my location again, and then start. And I'm like 2 or 3 minutes behind them. So maybe give or take 2 or 3.
And they said that, and
driving.
Hold on. Okay, that's right by the debit card. did I go over there? Come on. Oh, we're going backwards now. Hold on. Damn it, I wish I knew where at. It's been so long. Okay, that's what I'm discussing. You can't. I was like, well, maybe you could fly off up there. And then I went up there, and there's no way you can even get momentum to jump or run from that area because of how thick the brush is up there. You can't. There's no way that you can jump and run. Anyway, I don't know where it's at, but basically you go over that mound, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a whole bunch of tents sitting right there. So I could only show it for a second. Damn, where is that? Maybe it's... Maybe it is the second one.
Give me one.
Maybe it is the second one. Hold on. Yeah, right here. I did skip ahead of it too much. All right, hold on. Force, because that decline up, if you're trying to push. What's up? Yeah, so I'm like, when we first came up there, I'm like, man, that's kind of weird. It kind of goes over. It's cleared out right there. They found his debit card right over here, which none of it made sense. So then in my mind, I'm like, I bet you somebody dragged his body over this hill and sent him off into the frickin' river and didn't know his debit card fell out of his shirt pocket.
Yeah, loosely.
See? Tent City, baby. Yeah, as soon as I'm like, oh shit, that's somebody's backyard right there.
Yeah,
right over that little mound.
What are the odds of that?
It's right there. That's why I always felt and they were the ones that, if anybody remembers that was down there with us, they were the ones that had the two pit bulls that were always, they owned the pit bulls, but they all shared the pit bulls as they left the encampment because that was their protection, or it was their panhandling, the panhandle for the puppy food. We need money for puppy food. Yeah, their tool. Let me see here. All right, let's go back to this now. We'll go ahead and watch this. We'll listen to what he says here. Like I said, I'll do the video for you guys, and then I'll have that uploaded after. If you don't have Facebook, that way you can hear the whole thing. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Basically, I'm going to play the beginning of it that you guys didn't hear. Everything other than that is basically regurgitating the shit that he wants to regurgitate and not asking the biggest question that exists. And he should know that's the biggest question that exists too, because if he does that kind of work, he should know the last date means a lot. And when there's two different dates out there, well, that should be his biggest question too. That's his job. So I'm surprised that he didn't. All right, so this was in the very beginning of it. Here's the link for it again. It's about a 50-minute video. And again, if you don't have it, I'll have it out for you guys later on after the show is done.
Good evening, everyone. This is Nick Beres coming to you Facebook Live. We're coming to you on a Monday night, and this is on the Sebastian Rogers case. We're doing this because this week is 1 year since the 15-year-old boy with autism disappeared from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. So it's been 1 year, and I know so many people have followed this case from, frankly, all around the country. I mean, it's gone everywhere. A lot of people have been involved. So many of us care and think about this boy and want answers and want to know what the very latest is. Sebastian disappeared this week, but specifically it was Sunday night to Monday morning, and that would have been February 25th or February 26th. That is, the 26th will be this Wednesday, but I'm doing this now because it was coming off a weekend from a Sunday night to Monday morning when he disappeared overnight, thought to have left barefoot and with a flashlight, and then was reported missing by his mother, who he was with that night at that home. And since then, not a trace. And so what I wanted to try to do here is just give you the latest of what I know about the case. There are a lot of rumors, a lot of scenarios out there on social media, which is fine because it keeps his name out there. But what I'm dealing with here is basically what I know to be factual, what I know, not my assumptions, not what I think, but more along the lines of what I've been told from those who are very close to the investigation. So who am I getting this information from that I'm going to be sharing with you the basics today? The information I'm getting from where I have had direct contact within just the past week, checking back in with them, is Eric Craddock, who is the sheriff of Sumner County.
Of course.
Who from the beginning has headed up this investigation there in Sumner County. He was not the sheriff at the time that this happened, but has since become the sheriff. He heads it up. So Eric Craddock, spoken with him directly. All right. Ken Widener, who's the director of Sumner County EMA. He's not so much as an investigator, but he's in charge of every time a tip comes in of going out and searching and tracking down to see if there's anything to it.
Well, he is a key part of the investigation. So even though he doesn't investigate, you can basically say he's part of the investigation. You don't have to minimize him like that. Of course, that's where he's getting his info. It's the same shit.
They respond. They're the emergency crews that go out and respond to that. And then I've also talked and had close contact with the man who would be involved if this ever becomes criminal, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But that is the district attorney, Ray Whitley, who stays very close contact with investigators.
What? Hold on. What? Who?
Ray Whitley? Is that what he said?
What is he?
Craddock, spoken with him directly. All right. Ken Widener, who's the director of Sumner County EMA. He's not so much as an investigator, but he's in charge of every time a tip comes in of going out and searching and tracking down to see if there's anything to it. They respond. They're the emergency crews that go out and respond to that. And then I've also talked and had close contact with the man who would be involved if this ever becomes criminal, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But that is the district attorney, Ray Whitley.
Ray Whitley, district attorney, who would be involved if it becomes criminal. I'm going to do some digging after the show.
Who stays very close contact with investigators, including, I'll mention who else I've been in contact with, some sources within the TBI who are involved in this case. But Ray Whitley is the district attorney. He meets and talks weekly with investigators, standing by, wants to know what's going on, what the latest is with all of that. That's where my information is coming from. Of course, I talked to some other people close to the case, people in the neighborhood, people like this who have been at candlelight vigils, the like. At one time or another, I've had contact with Sebastian's parents, but have not had any contact with them recently. They've certainly done a lot of interviews over the past year, not only on TV, but on social media. So you've heard from them as well. So that's where I'm coming from. And I know there may be...
Holy shit.
You give us an Easter egg?
Dude. Thank you, Caddy. Holy hell. Look at all the assistant district attorneys. Okay, this is him. Ray Whitley. He was appointed 2 years later. Wow, that's damn, bro. 2 years and you ranked up that quick? Holy shit. And held it for 40 years. Huh. It only took you 2 years to start from the bottom to the top, and then you've held it for 40 years. That,
Yeah.
look at all the assistants. Damn, bro. No wonder he's got that. No wonder he's got that cocky grin, man. Shit.
Oh, dude, he's got a army.
No wonder. Damn, bro. Okay. All right.
Be some people out there that say, well, Nick, we just don't believe in law enforcement. We're not going to put our stake in law enforcement. Where's the FBI? Well, the FBI is involved to a degree that they are behind.
What do they got on Nick Beres, bro?
Dude, it's weird.
Oh, dude.
So I don't know the exact dates that he had said at the very beginning of this, but he goes on to talk about Sumner County, TBI, name drops all of them, and then here, I don't know what word he just used, but the FBI is involved, yada yada, but not. Maybe that's why he didn't address the date.
No, I don't think it's FBI. I think it's local. Oh, is it? Did he get invited to a party? I mean, let's come on now. Let's think about it. This is Nashville. This is Nashville. Okay. Did oh my gosh, did Nick, did he fall into a trap?
It could have been. People be having a lot of parties lately just to set a guy up.
Did he fall into a trap? Did he let the other mind speak instead of the one up here?
Some oil.
Did he get set up, bro? Like, I don't know. I'm just sitting here going, man, what?
Think of that. Think of the timeline. How long has Nick been down there?
But enough to keep them in check too. Hey, you can't.
Yeah, it's a combo.
You can't put me out here with this because I got
know
this.
Yeah, I know what you know, and you know what I know.
Right.
So let's just play nice.
Yeah, let's just.
Yeah.
Let's just ride the tail together. Yeah. It's oh shit.
Wish I had a little time machine sometimes.
Because why is he not at, like, dude? He is being. I don't know. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because you gotta be careful.
Find a $50,000 reward for Sebastian. I'm just looking for the latest on that. They're asking for tips to be sent to them, but also specifically to 1-800-TBI-FIND. But look, there are people that say, well, we don't have faith in law enforcement to continue this investigation. They haven't broken it after a year. Look, if you've followed missing children cases in the past, and I've covered sadly enough of them, these are not easy cases to solve. And I've followed many investigations in my career. And frankly, there have been some over the years that I felt they kind of dropped the ball on this. They haven't done everything they could do. As far as I can tell, and no one's telling me to do this, I have no stake in this except I want Sebastian found safe and sound. As far as I can tell, law enforcement from the very beginning, with the search and everything else, did this textbook and used every resource that they possibly could, and they continue to do so. So if there's people out there say, well, I want to go with these, I think Dog the Bounty Hunter and others are involved. Hey, good for them. I'm glad they're involved. They're not here. They haven't been on this from the very beginning. They haven't seen all that's been done. I think the more people involved, the better. But I'm not here to slam anyone. And I'm certainly not here to say, well, I don't buy law enforcement. I'm just going to go along with some guy says on social media. It's not the way to do it. And I think that's born out of frustration that we're all feeling right now, and we wish it could be solved. Let me tell you this. No one is more frustrated and disturbed by the situation with Sebastian, aside from his family, of course, than law enforcement. They desperately want this solved. And I can tell you right now, District Attorney Ray Whitley would love it if this case turned criminal and that there was a suspect brought before them. He would be ready to prosecute and go after them immediately. But that gets to this other point about some of the things that I wanted to hit on that is new. And then I'm going to look at your comments and try to answer what I can. Okay. But look, I've talked to them.
No, we didn't.
This is
No, we
not
did not.
a criminal investigation. Okay. And a lot of you are going to say, well, the $50,000 reward from the FBI and it's not a criminal investigation. Let me just explain what that means. And I've talked with not only the DA, but the police chief, or rather the sheriff, this past week, and asked them specifically. Again, people are wondering, is this a criminal investigation now? And they say, no, Nick, what this is an investigation. We're looking into it and looking for any possibility. That does not mean we're ruling out a criminal investigation, but at this point, there is no evidence to indicate something criminal. So we are not calling it a criminal investigation. And you're like, well, how else could a 15-year-old just suddenly vanish? He had to be abducted. Potentially, sure. I hear what people are saying about that. 15-year-olds like this just don't vanish, do they? But there can be other explanations. And in the absence of any physical evidence, any eyewitnesses, any video that really shows him being grabbed or abducted or something bad happening, they're just calling it an investigation. It is not a criminal investigation. There are no suspects. From the very beginning, yes, the first suspect, whenever something like this comes down, are those closest to the person who's missing. And that would be the parents. Oh, you bet. I've said this time and again. They have vetted his mother, stepfather, and biological father. They had checked and double-checked their stories. They have interviewed them. The family has cooperated. They haven't lawyered up and clammed up and not cooperated with police from the very beginning. Now,
so what? You see what I'm saying? See, this is when it was choppy, and I'm sitting here going,
Yeah, I was trying to figure out
are
what you're
you
saying.
freaking serious? I'm sitting here thinking y'all can hear this shit. And I'm like, what? They were all vetted, double checked. And then he says, the parents, none of them lawyered up and not cooperated. In fact, law enforcement says that all three parents continue to cooperate with the investigation. So all of this chatter about how they're not, dude, that's what I'm saying. The goose chasing has even gotten to the good ones, bro. It's even gotten to the good ones. It started with the green hoodie. It was just even up a couple days ago with this video from SF.
Oh God.
Now it's like, oh, you got your lawyer in front of you while you're doing your interview. So that means that they aren't working with, and they're not being told, and SF is saying this, so that means that they're not being told this and this and this. Maybe they ain't, dude. It's crazy, bro. What, like, it after time, people are gonna start to see, holy shit, even the good ones we thought were not about the goose chasing, and come to find out, because that's the thing, I smell that shit and I don't want no part of it. And it doesn't matter about what benefit I can get, how many views I can get, how many memberships I can get, how many contributions I can get by continuing to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, because to me, it ain't this is a missing kid.
Yeah, it should be facts, man.
That's it.
Nothing more.
And it's gonna, and listen, I already saw the good ones already start to go in that direction too.
They fell for the hook, line, and sinker.
With the green hoodie is when I started noticing it, and I was like, whoa. Like, whoa. And then even tonight, it's not they haven't been working with them. They're not told anything.
Yeah,
that's what's been being out there now. And it's like, no. Now, we go back, way back in the beginning when we were watching the video that there was some attorneys discussing it, and they were like, I'd have them lawyer up right away. I'd tell them to keep their mouth shut. There's lawyers that say that. I tell them to keep their mouth shut. Don't say nothing. lawyer up right away. So just because somebody has their lawyer,
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're always right.
you know what it means? It means that lawyer's going to say, you don't have to answer that question, because they don't know what they're going to be asked. It's been how long since they did an interview? Especially Katie.
Not even. It's been a long time.
So the whole narrative that they're not, listen, if they weren't working with police, don't you think that they would say that? Don't you think police would say that? And if they are, and they're keeping it secret, why would they try to make people think that they're not talking? Because then that just brings on more negative suspicion.
Yeah, you'd want to.
So you know what I'm saying? It's all about the cost benefit with all of this stuff that we're discussing. And the cost and the benefit don't make sense. And it sucks to see some good ones out there not even notice this shit, dude. Not even to be able to sit there and go, wait a minute, this don't make sense, because they're too caught up in the their own confetti falling in front of their face. Not even from law enforcement, it's their own confetti.
Yeah, because those statements have been out a very long time.
Yes.
Statements. But then a lot of it, they're just bringing on themselves in conjunction, like together. All it takes is for one creator to post something, have something, and the next thing you know, if it's a video or something that stirs the pot, then they all run with it, it seems like.
Oh, dude, there was like something on a Facebook group. Sorry, go ahead.
But we can't get to the facts, just the basic timeline of everything that's been put out from law enforcement, and when is the last time. Well, we know when the last time is, give or take. Is it the 25th or the 26th? 25th from the FBI, 26th from everybody else. Pretty simple stuff. But no one wants to get on that bandwagon, which makes no sense to me, because you think that would make more sense is to get to the facts so you could find out where Sebastian is or what happened to him.
Well, and all it does is, and it's the same thing like we had a couple nights ago, I did an Idaho 4 show, and it's there when there's barely any information out there, it leads to all of these speculations and theories and all this other shit. And when I'm in a Facebook group for Sebastian Rogers today, and I see somebody post something about the freaking light video and going, oh my gosh, it looks like two people carrying flashlights, and I'm just like, Jesus God, like, this is why, because there's all of this freaking, ooh gosh, look at this and look at this, and there's nothing to it. So then it leaves all of this other stuff, instead of them sitting there going, oh gosh, look, I wonder, does this look like two flashlights to you guys? Posted yesterday. How about that same person could have been saying, hey, why does it say last seen 225 and last seen 226? Do you see what I'm saying? And this is the problem when people are sitting here just pimping the shit out of this.
That's all they're doing,
stuff,
man.
Bro.
Clicks and views, donations, and bullshit.
And it keeps the conversation about shit that doesn't even effing matter.
All bullshit. I would hate to see, well, I would love to see, but God forbid everybody sticks to something that makes sense. Then you might actually get some decent answers. But then whenever Nick Beres don't even acknowledge the FBI changed to February 25th, it's like, how do you get an answer, like a very simple question out of people that should be able to answer certain questions? Like if they won't give it to the public, I'll just ask the FBI.
It's their own, but TBI's their own words. I mean, the videos.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Speak for himself. They're like, the details matter. About getting the correct details, specific details to the public as soon as possible, so we can all try and find this missing child or children quicker than later.
They act like that's what they're about, but they're not.
They should be.
Even coming from Nick and the authorities. Because if they were about it, then they would have already came out with it about the February 25th whenever the FBI updated it. but they're not. And then they're talking about credible sources, people on social media. And then you got Nick out here. Guess what? You're on social media. There's no difference between the news and a bunch of crazy YouTubers, except for the news is legacy media. Most of it's fake news. At least some of the stuff you get from YouTubers is
or dramatized.
Yeah.
To pull at your fucking, get you in.
Yeah, they get you in. And
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do videos about the same fucking video every night
times.
and discuss, because I used to edit skateboard videos when I was a kid, and that's my expertise. The fuck? No, it's because me and Trey don't have we don't have it in our soul, because we could go the same damn route.
No, easily. I said that.
But we don't have that in our damn soul. We sit there and we see, damn, that's the easy route. That's how we could have all this attention. And then the last scene could be talked about even more. But when it comes down to it, it's a soul thing, baby. And our souls won't allow us to even step one foot in that bullshit.
I'd rather be where I'm at. And however we make it, we make it. If we don't make it, guess what? We don't make it.
Right.
But I'm not going to be, like I said this before, I could go out and start calling out creators every day whenever someone talks bad about me, and I get at least 5 times the amount of views that I get. But there's no reason to even respond back to people anymore. They're just not. And then 2, if I was wanting to grow a channel, it'd be breaking news this, breaking news that. I would talk about 40 different cases throughout the week, and it'd just be a yo-yo train effect. No one would know what was coming, just like some other YouTubers do. But instead, I like to stick to the facts and what we do have whenever we can share it.
Because that's what's most important.
Yeah, it is, because that's what helps find these people. There's a couple cases I want to eventually break into, because I need help with it. I wouldn't ask for people's help, but it seems like the other people, which is wild too. I make this video. I'm gonna do a live about it. So it's a missing woman that I just need some help and a different set of eyes and ears, right? So why not ask the community? But I guarantee you, once I start talking about this person, you're gonna see some people talk about this person that has not talked about this person in several years.
Oh yeah. It's just like the last scene shit. I was reaching out to Coffin Daffer in the beginning of fucking January, and she didn't She didn't even talk about it until the beginning of February, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on.
Like it's,
and all of a sudden it's like, thank you so much for your expertise and it's like, because we're not pimping the bullshit. So of course, only 1,000 views are going to see the shit we're discussing.
Yeah, versus what everybody else is getting. And that's probably part of it too. The smoke and mirrors.
It is what it is. I mean, if that's what you base success on, that's what you base success on. But at the same time, it's like, come on, when there's people that have those platforms, they have
a big voice.
I said it from the first day when you can go back to my video, and I was sitting there saying, I don't even need the answer. And if somebody else gets the answer, I'm going to shout them out.
Right.
It's not about me. It's about just getting an answer. You know what I'm saying? And it was like nothing. There was one other person that talked about it. Granny. Not Granny watching, but Granny. Okay. She was the only, and she's a smaller channel. She was the only channel that talked about it. That's it. Until Coffin Daffer in the beginning of February. And it's like, why? Because I said way back when the Green Hoodie Texas Roadhouse video came out, because I sat there and said, oh my gosh, she just fucking told everybody that Sebastian was being starved based off of the Texas Roadhouse video. And
I remember watching that bullshit.
And that's why listen,
dude, I was going nuts. I was like, I guess y'all have never been around a bunch of kids.
Right.
I used to eat like a pig, dude. Me and my brothers, I grew up with 2 stepbrothers, my brother, 2 sisters. And guess what? All of us boys, especially me, I'd get in trouble because we'd be shoveling it down, and we might have just ate an hour ago. That whole thing saying that he is starved to death, that ticked me off.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because this is why I told you guys a month and a couple weeks ago I was going to do the intern files, and I still plan on doing it. I'm just waiting until it's the correct time, because right now it's the year anniversary, and I ain't trying to put any attention around that or the week before or 2 weeks before, because I thought something else was coming out. But after the year, yeah, we're going to discuss the intern files, because it's the same kind of bullshit misinformation that's getting put out there from people that have this freaking platform, that are saying shit that they don't even fucking know for sure. They're having their interns do the work, writing it down, and then they're looking off a piece of paper, stating it to you like it's fact. And because they're X whatever, all of a sudden, whatever they say is the damn truth. And it's like, if you really listen and dig in to the shit she's telling y'all, let's be real. And that don't help either. It's the same shit with her in Idaho 4. I'm going to go into some shit with Idaho 4 when it comes, because it's the same shit. You're going off of fucking intern papers where somebody else is like going, yep, these are the facts. And then you're looking at them and you're going, okay, everybody, like you talk to somebody. Get the F out of here, because if you talk to somebody, you wouldn't have said a third of the shit that you said that is not true.
You would know your homework.
But everybody's so, oh, it's this agency. Oh, no. Yeah. Do your homework.
I've not to go down that rabbit hole, but I've come to learn the older I get, people love titles and like people's backgrounds, I guess, like carry a lot of weight for. I don't even know how to explain it, but like you got to have a master's degree to dig a ditch, that type of stuff.
No, you got to have common sense over here.
That's what I'm getting at.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm getting at. I've known more people that have a bigger heart that figure things out faster than the dude that's got a master's degree, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's called, you had the opportunity to go to school for it. I didn't.
Exactly.
Because I guarantee you, if I would have had the opportunity to go to school for it, I can imagine.
Oh, dude, you'd be set. If you would have the opportunity, you'd be doing. You wouldn't have to struggle. Put it that way.
Yeah. Instead, I was homeless when I was 15. That's what I fucking got. 15 and a half, I should say. Give me a fucking break. But yeah, and that contributes to the misinformation, that contributes to the speculation, that contributes, oh my gosh, look at the yellow coat.
Yeah, it's nothing.
No. So that's the shocking stuff that he said there in the beginning. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then he says a little more. I'm going to back it up so you can hear it again. And then he talks about how it's just regular investigation.
There are no suspects. From the very beginning, yes, the first suspect whenever some investigation. And you're like, well, how else could a 15-year-old just suddenly vanish? He had to be abducted. Potentially, sure. I hear what people are saying about that. 15-year-olds like this just don't vanish, do they? But there can be other explanations. And in the absence of any physical evidence, any eyewitnesses, any video that really shows him being grabbed or abducted or something bad happening, they're just calling it an investigation. It is not a criminal investigation. There are no suspects. From the very beginning, yes, the first suspect, whenever something like this comes down, are those closest to the person who's missing. And that would be the parents. Oh, you bet. I've said this time and again. They have vetted his mother, stepfather, and biological father. They have checked and double-checked their stories. They have interviewed them. The family has cooperated. They haven't lawyered up and clammed up and not cooperated with police from the very beginning. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, his mom, she was the one there. She had to be. Really? Give us the proof. Where is it? Okay? I mean, you can go ahead and guess or whatever. There's no proof. To this point, there's no evidence whatsoever.
It's just goose chasing. And it's all over the effing place, man. It's all over the place.
So absolutely nothing there that would indicate a criminal investigation.
He says a lot in the beginning, and then it's a bunch of regurgitation after that. Now, like I said, I'll put the video out there. Here's the link if you want to go watch the whole thing. We listened to the beginning of it already in the show. Right when we came in, I actually cut off my intro because it had already popped on. It's just, man, you care so much. Maybe you just care too much, you know, when
Yeah.
maybe we just care too much.
I was gonna go on a rant earlier today. I didn't do it. Nah, it has to do with all that we're talking about, just in a different light. But basically, what you said, caring too much from a business. I guess if you look at this as a business, the best way to help people is to have money, right? In a sense. So, like, if I would have been business oriented when I first started this, I would have sucked up to certain people and just been their friend, right? Like, been their friend. And I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today. I would be a lot further along if I would have.
Yeah, you'd have a prowler with LED lights on it that and then you're asking for a camper to go search. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That
well, I would have wrote in a combination. I'd have been like everybody else, and I would have had a van, a boat, sponsors, and I'd be a lot further than where I am today.
Yeah. I was trying to get a camper for the last damn year, and I couldn't. You know,
it ain't happening, bro. I'm stuck with the truck.
No,
like,
I tried for a year. Because I'm not about that shit. You know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think I would rather just not make it, and that'd be it. Because the more I was with certain people, more than one person, about 4 different people, the more I was with them, the more it's like, you're not passing the sniff test. And it's like the more we didn't see eye to eye. And it's like the more you really start to see through people's bullcrap. You ever like volunteer to help somebody do something one time and they're like, hey man, thanks. And you're like, yeah, no problem. Then like you help the same person like 4 times, 5 times, 10 times. Yeah. And then you're like, something's off. And then you find like things start clicking. And so I would much rather be where I'm at today, even though it sucks to be here sometimes, as far as like struggling and not being able to be out there every day searching. But
yeah, because we wouldn't be buying prowlers with LED lights. We'd be putting it back into the work that we're doing, and because we don't live those kind of lives anyway. Right. It's and have better equipment, have more opportunity to be there, to be able to help more people, and you know,
we'd be able to show up for a solid month and just stay and search and be like, yeah, they're not here, or they are here.
I've been trying to get out to Myrtle Beach for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I can't even make it right now. So it's like, yeah, man, it's just, you know, it's disheartening, you know, it really is. And then you're, you know, it is what it is, you know. You just you have to be selfish, I guess, in order to succeed, I suppose.
I don't know what the right answer is as far as what's right or wrong, like the way people do stuff, I guess. But yeah, it is hard when you see other people out there.
You see it all over.
Not even doing like a tenth of what you're capable of doing. But the only difference is the amount, like it just boils down to finances. It's just the truth.
Well, we know more because we live in this world, so we have the best knowledge and the best eyeballs to see.
Yep.
You know, a lot of stuff people don't know when it, how this shit works. Because I mean, I don't blame it. Listen, I didn't even until I started doing it.
It's always the little stuff that you.
I had my own I had my own thoughts, and then all of a sudden it wakes you up real quick, don't it, man?
Yeah, yeah, real quick,
It wakes
man.
you up real quick. You're like, oh shit.
And it's always the little things that people miss, or like the biggest things too.
But it's not their fault because I didn't know either. When I was somebody that just hung out in chats and shit like that, I didn't know. But then when you start to live that
Actually
life,
work
you're
it.
like legit, not pretend to,
not the show business side of things.
Yeah, to get the personal pleasures instead, because that's not what it's about. Some it is, but if you're talking about victims and stuff, it shouldn't even be about that. It should be about them first. But
well, in a weird sense, a pleasure to me is like safe dive gear, really good sonar to be able to make the work we do easier. Like that's what gets me excited, because I know that once we achieve that, more tools to do what we do will make it that much faster and easier to do. You're more thorough, if that makes any sense.
Just opportunity for whatever is what it boils down to. Opportunity. But yeah, I was like, wow. And I'm sitting there looking at that damn vehicle, and I'm like, holy shit, you were just asking about a camper like a week ago.
I unfortunately got to see both of those back to back, and I was
like, shit.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, that's a pretty banging truck. And I'm like, what is that thing? I'm like, oh my God. I was like, never mind. I was like,
I'll have lights on the wheels in a couple weeks. But yeah, man, I'm out there searching. It takes a lot. It's like, okay, bro. While you're getting,
the thing is too, like, I fell into that bullcrap too, because I was like, this dude's pretty cool. Like, it's pretty cool dude. I was like, I like this guy. And then, like I said, things come to light. You start seeing more things, and it's like, damn, why do I have to be wrong?
Yeah. According to him, he was the one.
I know. I've heard some of the shit be said about only people certain searches, certain people searching.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right. Well,
I can't say anymore.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and end it, because I don't really.
Somebody wants to get. I'm sorry. This is not my channel. Thanks for having me on, man. And
no problem. Yeah,
I'm sorry
it's that time.
A year later, and
still
Sebastian is nowhere to be found, and the breaking news bullcrap needs to stop. I don't know.
If you're, and if you're up, man. If not, I don't want it to mess your sleep schedule up. You know what I'm saying?
Because my sleep schedule's ruined.
But well, shit, stay up and just go to bed after the show then, because that's normally you'd be hopping on even after you got off work about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
The bad part is
after you got out. So
I don't know.
You've been up all day.
Well, I don't know what happened to Sunday, and then I woke up at 4:30 this morning. Probably laid back down ish for an hour, on and off. Been up since 5:30, give or take. But I'm not tired. But it's 10 o'clock, and I know around 4 or 5, if I'm not tired, there's a problem. So it means I'll be awake.
Yeah, just stay up and then crash after the show. That way,
it's a bad combo.
Your body's like extra tired, so you will get some sleep.
Well, I need to sleep during the day. That's the problem.
So just stay up till I'll hit you up. I might even bump the show up earlier.
I do that though. It's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's almost like the opposite. It's like, okay, I gotta stay awake. Then you start getting tired for no reason.
Yeah.
Or it's like I need to go to sleep, and then you're awake.
I know. Especially with the sickness, man. It's got my shit all messed up too.
Yep. I don't know how many times you guys have asked me how you feeling. Well, I'm feeling pretty good. and then 2 days later, it's back.
Yeah. It keeps coming back. It'll be good. Like, it's to the point now where I feel good for either the morning or the afternoon. And then all of a sudden, hours later, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, exhausted.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my gosh, quit teasing me.
Oh, I know you feel like the light. It's like, man, I kind of feel 80%.
Well, how many times did I tell you, man, I'm getting better now? And then all of a sudden, boom, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I thought I was. I need to quit saying it. Then I quit saying it. It still happened. It didn't matter. I even felt like shit last night. So it's like, okay. But
Sunday's just gone.
yeah, a year tomorrow. Somebody had their eyes on him, as far as we know. And
25th.
I don't know. I still have that 25% hope that something's gonna happen tomorrow. Hopefully.
I mean, from what I told you earlier, but this is Illinois, not Tennessee, and it had to do with statute of limitations. But my buddy was accused of some stuff whenever he was a sheriff's deputy. They literally waited the night before when it supposedly happened and came in and served a warrant arrest. And he took it to trial and won. Took 5 years of his life, but he won. But they waited that year mark anniversary before they did anything. But that's a little bit more cut and dry stuff. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, like I said, like after some time goes by, I'll be able to say more, but
yeah,
just because I have to let time do its thing, and then when time does its thing, then I can, out of respect for other individuals, because that's what it's about. It's I don't know if that ties into this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think anything like that will happen.
Yeah,
but maybe they'll come. I don't know. Maybe they'll come out with something that. Yeah.
Let's just pray that they find him tomorrow, or tonight.
I mean, that would be the best thing, right? Is for them.
Just find him. Whichever. Of course, the highest hope, of course, but also, realistically too, and just no matter what, just an answer. So, but we'll talk more about it tomorrow. I'll hit you up, man, because I got to get up early as shit tomorrow. So I'll hit you up. And I might be able to go on. I might have an option where I can hop on maybe before 9 o'clock. It just all depends.
Just depends on what happens.
I might be able to.
All right.
Yeah, I might be able to. So I'll hit you up in the morning, let you know how it's going. We'll be back tomorrow morning, for sure. Here's the link for that. Already have it. Already have a notification out for it. So if you want to hit that, you can. And be on at some point in the morning. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for hopping up, man.
You're welcome.
It was kind of interesting. This Nick Beres Facebook Live it was announced like maybe an hour and a half or something like that before he was doing it. And I'm like, oh yeah, we got to talk about this. And, it had to do with a lot of the stuff I was going to talk about tonight. I'll talk to you about it tomorrow, but we discussed a little bit of it this evening in regards to the other stuff that we were hearing.
It did not go
how. So. Yeah, I don't know, but you know what? Silence is an answer too, man. And with that question, he knows that's the most important question. That's his job, to ask questions, to find out information, to make things make sense that don't make sense. It's the same. We're the same kind of,
Well,
you know.
it'd be
I mean,
more reporting for him.
If it didn't stand out to you, then that says something too.
Yeah.
Just saying. And it makes sense when you make the same statements as, the guy with the beard and the brown hair.
Verbatim.
Yeah. So thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate it. Please hit the like if you haven't yet. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so, and also subscribe to Trey as well. And we'll see you tomorrow, and I'll be back tomorrow night for Idaho 4. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Be safe. Have a peaceful, positive evening, and please do not goose chase. Love you guys. See you soon.
See ya.
Oof.
You guys are okay over there?